Hey guys. Hey Judy. I am back from my eye appointment. Everything is great. I even still have 20/20 vision with these glasses, which I didn't expect because sometimes I swear I can't see a thing. But whatever saves me money, right? So let's go ahead and get started. I thought it was much later than it was. All the way home, I thought it was like an hour later than it was. I was like, how can it only be 2 something? How did I get done so fast? So we're going to go ahead and get started. Judy has warned me that it's going to get very graphic, which surprises me since they didn't show any of the autopsy photos, that they're going to actually show pictures of the crime scene. So I'm going to try to catch it, guys. So just be forewarned that Court TV did not catch it. I'm also going to speed it up a little bit. So we can get done at a decent time.
And you're recently retired, is that correct? Yes, sir. What was your former occupation?
As the crime scene supervisor for the San Luis County Sheriff's Office.
How long did you work there?
31 years.
And while you were supervisor of the San Luis County Sheriff's Office,
Okay, that's too fast.
was there a police investigator named Kayla Lim that was under your control?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know her well?
Yes, sir.
How well do you know her?
Very close friends. I know her husband, her child. We talked on the phone. Actually, I spoke with her this morning.
Okay. Did she have a baby recently?
What is
When did she
happening?
have the baby?
About 3 weeks.
Hey, Green Eyed
Okay.
Cat.
And,
Yes, several times.
okay. Do you have personal knowledge as it relates to her health?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can you go ahead and tell the judge how Miss Lim is doing since she had her baby? The judge how Miss Lim is doing since she had her baby.
Miss Lynn is still having complications from having the baby. She is running a fever because she has an infection. They're having a hard time getting her blood pressure under control. She's even had to go back to the emergency room due to her blood pressure. She has lupus, and that's causing part of these complications. They're also having problems with blood clots. She's had a baseball-sized blood clot, and that's so they're closely monitoring her.
How often?
Is this what they were talking about before lunch break, about some witness they were trying to see if they were able to come testify?
Often does Miss Lim visit the doctor?
She just was at the doctor's office on Thursday, and she's in contact.
No, I
with
didn't
them
eat
daily.
lunch. This is just bread,
made
y'all,
these-
because we don't have
Daily contact with the doctor?
food.
Yes, sir, they're monitoring all of her vitals.
Okay.
Daddy's
And
bringing
did-
home French
but
fries.
Did Miss Lim also
Go
have
away,
a
I want
high-risk
bread.
pregnancy?
Yes, sir, she's got
Bread.
lupus.
Okay.
Eat it.
And did she miss a lot of work because of that?
Yeah, she missed 7 months of work.
Okay. Is she back to work, or is she still on FMLA duty?
She's out on FMLA.
Okay. Is Miss Lim, based on all of the circumstances that you just described, is Miss Lim able to report to court and testify in this case?
No, sir, due to the symptoms. Her blood pressure goes up and down continuously, and she never knows. She's had an episode, and that's causing migraines for her, that kind of stuff.
All right, any argument from the defense as to the requested finding? For the record, as the attorneys know, we previously took our testimony along with another witness who's pregnant as well, in case there arose a circumstance where she's unavailable to perpetuate her testimony, or her testimony was perpetuated. From the defense, any objection?
Yes, sir. We do object. Again, I understand the nature of the situation. However, this being a capital case, again, we have offered that the witness be able to testify via Zoom. I do not think that there's been a sufficient evidence laid that this witness cannot testify via Zoom. Her testimony would be very brief and short. She could come today or tomorrow on Zoom and be done with her testimony very quickly. So we'll leave it to the discretion of the court. And we've had no medical testimony of any person with medical knowledge regarding her inability to, again, get on a Zoom. She's not hospitalized. To my knowledge, she is at home. And while under the care of her doctor, she is at home, and I don't know that anything's preventing her from, again, with the age of technology, getting on Zoom to do a very brief trial testimony.
Yes, sir. As forwarding on the site, I think it's called Richardson versus State 182, Southern 3rd 918. It's from the First District Court of Appeals in 2016. That case, the First District said that the witness who had delivered less than 2 weeks prior to trial and had been seen by her physician on the morning of trial and had told the prosecutor that she was in, quote, a bad way and having difficulties. The First District said that that did meet the unavailability requirement under the forward testimony exception. This case is no different. In fact, what makes this case different is that Ms. Lim's medical condition seems to be worse, not better than the witness.
Nancy.
I suppose I should note too, Ms. Lim has testified before me multiple times. I can't even count how many times. So it's not, I'm really not in any situation that she's had some kind of fear of testimony, which helps me make a finding that I find it's true. She's suffering from significant medical consequences of childbirth, fever, infection, uncontrolled blood pressure, and it would be inappropriate for me not to find that she's unavailable. So I will find her that she's unavailable.
We're starting right after lunch this morning. Opening statements were basically that she was found in a ditch with a skull fracture and her throat cut. She was at home with her mom and then left, I guess, to meet her boyfriend, who was also married to another woman. It's the last time she was seen by her mom. And that a woman, the first witness was a woman that was going to her granddaughter's house on that road and saw a garbage bag and then realized it was a body and turned around and then called the police. The next witness was a deputy that showed up who then called his supervisor. The next witness was a man that owned a business that had seen a silver truck there the night before. And then the victim's mother was just saying how that was the last time she saw her the night before when she left the house. And then we had the ME that just talked about the autopsy and the skull fracture and her throat being cut. And she was 8.5 months pregnant at the time. Was going to go. I had seen, everywhere I had seen was that she had a C-section scheduled for the following week. It wasn't scheduled yet. She had a doctor's appointment scheduled to get the C-section scheduled. Because I guess her previous son had been delivered by C-section. And I don't remember which direction it is, but one of the directions that they do C-sections, after they do it in that direction, then you always have to have a C-section from then on. I'm a nurse, I should know that, but I never did labor and delivery, so I don't remember. But, so apparently she was going to have a C-section. Yeah, the baby died too. So her mom testified that that she lived with her. She had the other son, who was school age, and that they had an appointment the next week to go to the doctor to make the appointment for the C-section, and that she'd been going to the appointments. They'd already named the baby. They were all excited for the baby to be born and everything. So that's basically all you guys missed this morning if you weren't with us this morning. So now we're starting right after the lunch break.
Into the rule as a predicate to allowing her perpetuated testimony to be played before the jury.
Oh, Nancy.
When do you intend on doing that?
This is a death penalty case.
This Saturday.
Okay, let me know when you're going to do that. I would give the jury an instruction that the testimony was taken pursuant to a procedure as if it's part of the trial, It's perpetuated, and then you should consider it as if it's taking place during the actual trial. All right.
No objection to that admonishment, Judge, so long as we don't tell the jury the nature of the reason.
Right, I'm not going to tell them whatsoever. Yes.
So the only other question that I have is, so the perpetuation of her testimony is on a video that I have on a thumb drive. I marked that as an exhibit. I was just going to ask the court to move it in as a court exhibit. And then she admitted 3 photos, I think, and 3 swaps that were admitted during hers. So the same exact exhibit numbers from the prior hearing that we already did, and I would just move those in before I play her testimony is what I guess the way that I planned on doing it. I don't know if the defense has any objections to that.
I have her admitting 7 things. So I have her admitting 36 to 39, which are pictures of the truck. And then she also admitted 33, 34, and 35.
36, 37, 38, 39,
Yeah.
3 swabs.
33, 34, 35.
Correct.
All right.
And then the USB, which is just a video of what we filmed.
All right, so that'll be what we'll do. The USB will come into evidence part of the record as far as to memorialize what her testimony is. But let's be sure to separate it out from the other exhibits so that when we send the exhibits back to the jury, we don't actually send that exhibit back to the jury for deliberations.
The perpetuation.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, because if, just like any other testimony, if they want to view that, they can.
Exactly. We don't want to just automatically send it back with the other exhibits. We have to separate it out. It's part of the trial record, but it's not an exhibit for jury deliberation purposes.
And I believe it is exhibit 140, 149. So we'll have to make a note, 149 does not go back with evidence.
Yeah, so keep it in a separate
Once it gets
place. In fact, you may want to even take it over to your office just to avoid that happening. Any other matters to address before we get started with the jury? I'm not sure if we have all the jurors in the back at this time. Any word on? We'll go off the record momentarily. Jurors are using the restrooms.
The defense opening, all they had to say was, oh, she had other boyfriends and ex-boyfriends that were abusive. But the only one that had a motive was the guy who was the father of the child. He had given her $500 to have an abortion, and she didn't do it. And she was threatening to tell his wife because she wanted to get anything she wanted out of him if she threatened to tell his wife. So she was holding it over his head. Which is not a nice thing to do, but she didn't deserve to be unalived because of it.
So if you can come forward, raise your right hand, please.
Do you swear affirm that evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
You can head over that way to witness stand.
Good afternoon, doctor. If you could you state your full name and then spell your last name for the record?
Ruel, R-U-E-L, Stossel, S-T-O-E-S-S-E-L.
All right, and obviously I called you doctor and you're wearing scrubs, but what do you do for a living? What is your profession?
High-risk OB.
And how long have you been working as a high-risk OB?
1993.
And where do you currently work?
I have a private practice in Palm Beach County and PJ Boulevard.
And how long have you had your own high-risk practice?
Going on 26 years now.
All right, when you say high risk, what are you referring to?
Situations where the mother has underlying medical condition that impact on her pregnant that makes the gestation high risk or the unborn child high risk.
All right. Before I get into the particulars of this case, where did you go to school?
SUNY Stony Brook, Long Island,
And what degree do you have from there?
MD.
All right. Prior to that, did you have to go to undergrad?
Yes.
And where did you attend undergraduate studies?
CUNY, Brooklyn.
All right.
City University of New York, Brooklyn, sorry.
And what was your undergrad major?
Biology.
At medical, did you do a residency?
Correct.
What additional education did you have after you attended school, and where did you do your residency?
Residency at State University of New York, Downstate Medical Center in Brooklyn, and Kings County Hospital.
And as part of your profession, do you have to undergo continual training and certifications to maintain all your licensing and ability to practice?
Yes, correct.
What do you have to do?
Take mock exams, review articles, research articles, etc.
And how many years has it that you've been practicing as a high-risk OB?
I finished my fellowship at Albert Einstein College of Medicine in 1993 after completed SUNY Downstate OB/GYN residency.
Now, in this particular case, did you have a patient by the name of Mrs. Wise?
Yes, we did.
Okay. And do you recall, or what are the circumstances of her going to your practice?
She was referred by Florida Community Health. We're a referral practice for high risk here in St. Lucie. She was referred for total OB care and planned for delivery.
All right. So were you her OB/GYN for the course of her pregnancy?
That she was referred to.
And patients that have you as their doctor, how often do they come and see you?
Depending on the situation, anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks, sometimes twice a week if they're very high risk.
And does patients that come to see you, do you maintain medical records for their visits and keep track of their care?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And did you do that for Ms. Wise's case? Did she have medical records?
Yes, she did.
And have you had an opportunity to review those prior to today?
Yes, I have.
At this time, the state would move an evidence by prior to this notification, State's Exhibit 151, the medical record of the
No objection, subject to our previous discussion.
Subject to previous discussion and ruling that item will come into evidence at this time.
All right, so you just testified that you are a high-risk doctor and you do get referrals out of St. Lucie County, is that right?
They referred to me for care.
What was the reason for Ms. Wise's referral to you?
It was a maternal condition of, she had a history of supraventricular tachycardia, or SVT.
And can you tell the jury what is SVT?
Basically means that the heart speeds up suddenly, and because it's going so fast, the blood flow patterns change. They can lose consciousness, have chest pains.
And based on this condition known as SVT, would that qualify her pregnancy as a high-risk pregnancy?
Yes, it does.
And did she regularly visit your office?
Yes, she did.
Did she ever miss any appointments?
No, she did not.
When she attended, or when she first was referred to your office, did she have to undergo a standard blood panel that you require of all your patients?
Yes, as part of the process, but because she was a referral and not starting care with us, we were waiting for the final labs to be referred from the prior clinic, so we did not have all the labs at that time.
All right. Did you eventually get all of her records?
When we found out that she didn't really didn't have the records, we ordered all the prenatal panels, we call it.
Okay, and in Mrs. Wise's records, was there any evidence of there being any drug use or anything like that?
Not I'm aware of.
Now, I want to talk to you about ultrasounds. What do patients at your practice get ultrasounds?
It's a core part of our practice, correct.
All right, and based on your review of the records, did Ms. Wise have 6 ultrasounds with your practice?
I think it was 5.
You think it was 5? And 5, why would she have so many ultrasounds?
The initial screening ultrasound to complete the fetal anatomy and check on the baby's growth rate, and then serial ultrasounds thereafter to finish up the anatomy, continue to monitor the fetal growth rate, make sure that the gestation is remaining healthy.
So I'd like to start with the first ultrasound. Do you have records that show she had an ultrasound on May 17th of 2018?
Yes, I have.
At that point in time, how far along was Ms. Wise in her pregnancy?
Based on the ultrasound that was given to us, she was 18 weeks and 3 days when we saw her on that date.
And as far as your opinion, any issues with the state of either Ms. Wise's health or the baby's health at that time?
She was clinically stable. It's just that she has these intermittent supraventricular tachycardia. The gestation is a size equal to did not see anything that puts the baby at high risk for any birth defects or abnormalities.
So let's go to the next ultrasound. Are you showing that she also had an ultrasound on June 15th of 2018?
That's correct.
Okay, and how far along did you determine the pregnancy to be at that time?
She was 22 weeks and 4 days.
And is that showing consistent growth with the time of the last ultrasound leading up to this one?
Yes, that ultrasound composite was coming out at 22 weeks, 5 days, and by early ultrasound, she was 22 weeks, 4 days. And the size of the baby was appropriate, and we didn't see any birth defects.
All right, let's go to now July 13th of 2018. Did you also complete an ultrasound on that day?
Say the day again for me, I'm sorry.
July 13th of 2018?
Yes, we did.
How far along is Miss Wise's pregnancy at this point?
26 weeks and 4 days by that early ultrasound.
And what is the state of both her?
We completed the anatomy survey of the gestation, the unborn baby, and we deemed it to be no gross malformations. The unborn baby's growth rate was appropriate at 2 pounds 3 ounces at a 59th percentile. It seemed to be persistently in that 50th percentile zone for growth, which is appropriate. And she was doing well. We're just pending the cardiology evaluation because of the history of the SVT.
I think that leaves us with 2 more ultrasounds left. Let's go to July 30th of 2018. Did you conduct an ultrasound on Miss Wise at that time?
Yes, we did.
All right, and how far along was she?
It was 29 weeks. By measuring gestation, it was 29 weeks, 5 days by our ultrasound criteria, and the baby was growing at the 53rd percentile with an estimated weight of 2 pounds 15 ounces. Sorry.
And then the last ultrasound would be on August 13th of 2018. How far along did you determine the baby to be based on the ultrasound at that time?
Based at, 31 weeks.
And what's the status of the baby's health?
Hey, Wiggles.
Amniotic fluid volume was normal. She reporting normal fetal movements. The biophysical profile, which we're assessing the unborn baby by ultrasound, showed that normal fetal movements, normal breathing movements. Fetal tone was appropriate. So the baby got an 8 out of 8 for the biophysical profile, which is a good score.
All right, so from May 17th of 2018 up until the last ultrasound on August 13th, 2018, did she have a healthy growing baby?
Yes, sir.
Any indication that there was going to be any complications or any major things that you saw of concern?
At that time, no, but we're pending the cardiology evaluation of the mother's heart.
All right. Was there any indication to you that you saw that the child was not healthy?
By all our serial ultrasounds, assessment.
Thank you, Dr. Stossel. I don't have any other questions.
Sir, you never received that pending cardiology report?
Because of her insurance, there was a delay. With her insurance, the primary care physician has to refer, and we had issues with them referring, so they eventually turned it over to us, and then we were able to refer on to the cardiologist.
Did you ever receive that report back?
Not I'm aware of.
No further questions for this witness?
Just one thing. The whole pregnancy, I know you testified to the beginning, but was there any ever indications that Miss White was using any drugs or anything like that?
Not I'm aware of, no.
No further questions.
Any further requests?
No, you're not.
May Dr. Stossel be released from his subpoena at this time?
Yes, sir.
Any objection to releasing Dr. Stossel?
No objection.
Thank you, Doctor. You're releasing your subpoena. You're free to leave or stay as you wish.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And the state's next witness or item of evidence.
People say in Florida called Kenneth Barron.
Wiggles. No, this time it wasn't Jim. It was
Do you swear from
That
the
one.
evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Afternoon. Can you state your name for the record and spell your last name, please?
Kenneth Barron, last name Barron.
Okay. And Mr. Barron, do you know an individual by the name of Jose Soto-Escalera?
Yes.
Okay. How do you know him?
We used to work together.
Okay. How long have you known him?
Prior to working together, total probably like 10, 15 years.
Okay. And did you work with him at Waste Pro in August, in the summer of 2018?
Yes.
Okay. During your relationship, how would you refer to him as? Would you refer to him as an acquaintance, a friend, a really good friend? Where would he fall within that spectrum?
Probably in between an acquaintance and a friend, co-worker. I did hang out with him a few times, previous to Waste Pro.
Okay. Did you ever have any arguments with him or beefs with him or anything?
No.
Okay. Did you know the victim in this case, a woman by the name of Tania Wise?
No.
Right. Had you ever met her before?
No.
Okay. Let me take you back to the summer of 2018. Did you have a conversation? With this defendant, Jose Soto-Escalera, about a gun, a firearm.
Yes.
Okay, tell the jury about that.
I completed my route and I was at the landfill dumping the truck. They have two different places you can dump the truck, on the hill or inside the building. So I was on the hill. He approached me on the hill and asked me about selling him a firearm.
Okay, and tell the jury about that. What specifically do you recall about that?
He asked me about selling him a firearm. I asked him, like, what kind of firearm are you talking about? You talking about a large gun, small gun? Like, what are we talking about? And he just said, oh, he just wants something, something small, something like kind of like off the records, not like selling him something I personally own. Like he wanted something like off the street, kind of sort of.
Okay.
So I asked him why, because I know he has firearms. How he got them, I have no idea, but I know he had some. So I asked him, like, I was under the impression that he could legally.
I'll sustain the objection. You need to ask a question, make sure the witness is answering the exact question that you're asking.
Sure. Go ahead. You said, let me take you back. So you said that he wanted a gun that I believe you said you phrased it as off the records or off the books. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. What did he specifically say to you? Did he say that he wanted a ghost gun?
Correct.
Is that how he phrased it?
That's how he phrased it.
Okay. Tell the jury specifically and exactly what he said.
He said, I'm looking for something like a ghost gun.
Okay. And what was your response to that?
I said, I don't have anything to do with any of that.
I'll overrule the objection as far as what he said in response. You can answer the question. I don't know if you answered it.
You can answer the question. I didn't quite hear what you said.
My response to what he said was, I don't have anything to do with that. Like, all of my firearms are legal.
Okay.
So I don't have anything illegal to sell. I don't know anyone that has anything illegal to sell. And I was trying to figure out why are you asking me that, because I was under the impression.
Script, question and answer.
Yeah. Okay. So you didn't know why he asked you that. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So here's my question. This homicide occurred, Ms. Wise's body was found on August 24th of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So as best you can estimate, when did this conversation occur with Jose Soto-Escalera regarding the ghost gun?
This was 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks tops. It was recent.
Okay. So 2 to 4 weeks prior to the homicide, the
Correct.
defendant is asking you if you can obtain a ghost gun.
Correct.
Okay. And why did he approach you? Are you a gun guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Jury should disregard the answer.
Okay. So he approached you and that happened. So let me ask you this. What did you do for Waste Pro?
I was a route driver.
Okay. And are you familiar with the route? First of all, are you familiar with your own routes? I would imagine you are.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And are you also familiar with the routes, the trash routes of the defendant?
Yes.
Okay. This victim was found on Johnston and Russo's Road, near the intersection of Johnston and Russo's Road. Are you familiar with that area?
Yes.
Okay. Did the defendant have a trash route along that area,
Yes.
on Russo's Road?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. No further questions.
Explanation? You're welcome.
Sure, I think you said that you knew my client for a long time before he started working at the Waste Pro together, is that right?
Correct.
And you knew his wife, Deb Soto-Escalera?
Yes, but I didn't know her a long time, though.
Okay, but you knew her,
I know her, yes.
right? Because Deb also worked at Waste Pro, right?
Correct.
Okay, she was a route supervisor?
Correct.
Okay, so that means she was over the people who drive the routes, is that right?
Yes.
Did my client have a person who rode in the truck with him?
Yes.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Was it his brother Eric or his nephew Eric Alvarado?
That's what I was been told, but I don't know that. For sure. I don't know the guy.
Okay, understood. You said when the scene was talking to you that my client asked you for a gun, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, but what he told you was that it wasn't for him, correct?
After I questioned him about that, yes.
Okay, so he said it wasn't for him, and he told you that it was for his nephew, correct?
Nephew, cousin, something of that nature.
And you were ultimately fired from Mistress, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you believe that Deb had something to do with you being fired from Mistress, correct?
Not necessarily, no.
You didn't tell law enforcement that you believe Deb had something to do with you being fired?
A little bit, but not like it was all up to her, no.
Understood. No further questions, Judge.
Any questions from the state?
No further questions.
May Mr. Barron be released from his subpoena at this time?
He may.
Any objection to releasing Mr. Barron from the subpoena?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Barron. You're released from your subpoena. You're free to stay or leave as you wish. And the state's next witness or item of evidence.
You can raise your right hand, face the clerk.
You swear affirm that the evidence you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Go over to the witness stand.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
If you could state your full name and spell your last name for the record.
My name is Janine Hiller, and my last name is spelled Hiller.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a crime scene investigator and latent print examiner.
All right, and in order to be, I guess, what agency do you work for?
I work for the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office.
All right, in order to be qualified for that position, do you have to have any special training or education?
Yes.
What is it?
So, I have an Associate's of Arts degree from Indian River State College, and through my almost 12, almost 13 years as a crime scene investigator with the Sheriff's Office, I have had numerous hours of training. Specifically, latent print training, I've had over 300 hours in friction ridge examination, and forensic training in various forensic disciplines, over 700 hours. I'm a certified senior crime scene analyst through the International Association for Identification, and a certified latent print examiner, also through the Association for Identification.
All right, and were you working in that capacity back on August 24, 2018?
Yes, I was.
And were you called out or responded to an area of Johnson Road and Russos Road out in St. Lucie County?
Yes.
Before I get into specifics or showing photographs, how would you describe that part of the county?
It is a very rural area. There's not a lot of housing in that direct vicinity.
And that would be north of Indrio Road,
To the north of Indro, yes.
close to almost the county line with Indian River County.
Yes.
As the crime scene investigator, what is your job when you get up to a crime scene?
As a crime scene investigator, when I respond to crime scenes, my primary role is to document the crime scene, analyze anything that might be in the crime scene, determine if it has any evidentiary value, collect and preserve that evidence.
And do you guys document the scene as it exists when you first arrive?
Yes.
How do you go about doing that?
Taking photographs.
Okay, now in this particular case, did you end up taking photographs?
Yes, I did.
Did you end up collecting evidence
Yes, I did.
and also swabbing evidence?
Yes.
At this time, I have a package. It's been previously marked for identification. States Exhibits 40 through 102. If you could go through this and just let me know if you recognize these photographs.
Can't. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Yes, I recognize all the photographs in State's Exhibit 4D through 102.
All right. How is it that you recognize me?
I took those photographs.
These are the photographs of the scene as you saw it back on in August of 2018.
Yes.
Fair enough.
No objection, Judge.
Those items will be admitted without objection.
So I'm going to publish those photos that you just went through and I'm gonna
It did, Marty. Everything's fine.
All right, for the record, we have State's Exhibit 40. What are we looking at here, Ms. Hiller?
This is an aerial photograph of the area of Johnston Road and Russo Road intersection that I took from a helicopter.
All right, and which out of the two roads we have, call it horizontal and one is vertical, which road is which?
The road that's vertical, that's going off into the distance, is Johnston Road, that's going towards the south. And then the road that's going towards the side of the screen is Russo's Road, and it's going towards the east.
So this road here that I'm pointing at?
Yes.
To the east. I'm going to bring up now State's Exhibit 41. What are we looking at here?
This is the same intersection. Now we're looking towards the north. So that road that's going off towards the right side of the screen is the Russo's Road towards the east. And the one that's short vertically is Johnston Road towards the north.
State's Exhibit 42.
This is an image depicting the intersection showing that it's Johnston Road and Russo Road.
State's Exhibit 43.
This image is depicting Russo's Road looking towards the west, and beyond that tent area that you see is the intersection that was in the State's Exhibit 42, the intersection of Russo's and Johnston Road.
So the stop sign way in the distance, that's going to be Johnston Road out there.
Yes.
And now we have State's Exhibit 44.
This would be on Russo's Road looking towards the east.
State's Exhibit 45.
This is on Russo's Road looking towards the southern side of the road.
State's Exhibit 46.
This is also on Russo's Road pointing towards the east where we started to see some portions of the victim.
All right, and so are you able to see where the victim is located in this photograph?
Yes.
Where's that?
The victim is located on the southern side of the road, so that would be the right area of the road in the grassy area, and there's a blue area that's within the green grass. That is the start of the victim.
And then what you're referring to is right here in this photograph?
Yes.
State's Exhibit 47. What are you documenting in this photograph?
This is just some of the overall pictures that we tend to take whenever we are documenting a crime scene. This is the victim still looking towards the east. You can see her head is to the east, her feet are to the west, and that's on that southern side of Russo's Road.
Now we have State's Exhibit 48. What do we have here?
This is a photograph depicting the victim on the southern side of the road. I'm standing on the road looking towards the south, taking up like just an overall picture to document the scene.
State's Exhibit 49. Same question.
This would be from the east looking towards the west, showing the overall condition of the scene. You can see the victim still there in the kind of in the center of the picture, and this is looking towards the west.
And we have now State's Exhibit 50.
This is just a closer up photograph of the victim prior to us moving her or doing any examination.
You
And then
guys
we
get
have
to look
State's
at
Exhibit
me.
52. What are you trying to show with this photograph?
This is just the overall condition of how we find the victim and how, how she is looked in the conditions that she was
I'm
found
not
in.
I'm chewing
Did you
gum.
notice anything in her hands when you examined the victim at the scene?
Well, initially we were only able to see her left hand, which was clenched
on
in a fist. You
StreamYard,
can
I
kind of
did
see
it.
there. It was in the hand.
I think we're at states 52. What are you trying to?
Able to move the victim just yet. So this photograph is just depicting
Oh.
what we can see without moving her. We can start to
You don't wanna see the
from this
gruesome
image
pictures.
that there's some form of injury on her neck. We can see some blood and a little bit of the cut injury that's there.
And what we have now is States Exhibit 53. How do you guys go about moving a victim at the scene, and I guess what's that process?
I mean, every scene is different. For this particular scene, once the medical examiner investigator arrives on scene, we put a bag, it's a body bag, so that white material that is underneath her, up next to her, so that we could roll her directly into that body bag and contain any possible evidence that might be on her backside. And she's just placed there for us to begin our initial examination.
Were there any immediately obvious injuries once you were able to move the victim?
Yes, so in this image, it's depicting the victim. This is exactly how she looked once we rolled her from that ditch area onto her back and into the body bag. You can see there's an injury to the right side of her neck.
And then we have States Exhibit 54. What are we looking at in this exhibit?
This is a photograph of her right hand, which was underneath her body when we initially arrived. So just documenting the condition of her hand, and it's also closed into a fist and appears to be grasping something, and the hair tie that's on her wrist.
And we now have States Exhibit 55.
This is more just documentation of the condition that she's in once we take her from the way that we found her, and documenting anything that we see.
States Exhibit 56. What was the purpose of this photograph?
Again, we're just documenting the hands, the conditions of the hands. She's got her left hand now also is grasping, appears to be grasped. We don't know if there's anything else in there, but it is clenched into a fist grabbing that grass.
States Exhibit 57.
This is kind of showing a position where we can start to see another injury on the left side of her neck, kind of around her collarbone.
States Exhibit 58.
And this is just moving in closer to depict that image, or that this image depicts that injury that we can start to see on the left side of her neck.
And then we have States Exhibit 59. What are we looking at in this photograph?
So in the center of this photograph, there is material that we believe.
I'm going to work and ask more questions too. I know what the objection is.
You're withdrawing the question, asking them?
I'll-
Yeah.
Okay.
If you guys want to see
In your
it,
work as a crime
I'll
scene
show it.
analyst, have you ever had the opportunity to come across vomit?
It's
Yes,
a dead
I
body.
come across all kinds of bodily
I think
fluids
the
to
worst
include
is probably
vomit,
over.
feces, urine,
I don't
blood,
know.
saliva, and semen. This
Based on your experience and what you've worked with in the past, was there anything significant that you saw in this photograph that you felt you needed to make sure you documented?
While on scene, we observed the material that was in this hole where the victim's face was laying was consistent with bodily fluid that's consistent with vomit. So we documented that along with the blood that was there.
And this area that's in the center of the photograph where you can see a reddish color, where was the victim's head in reference to this?
Directly inside that little concave hole that's holding all of that material, that liquid and the white liquid and the red liquid.
And what was the condition of the victim's clothes when you took her out of the soil on the side of the road?
A majority of her clothing was wet. In some of the graphs, I don't know if you were able to notice, but like the middle portion of her pants were appeared dry, but then there was areas where you could see that they were wet. The front side of her was wet. Her hair was wet and matted, and then her clothing was, especially her top was very wet, and then her face and hair were wet.
What was the condition of the ground where she was found?
So she was kind of in that swale or ditch, so it was also wet. You can see the glimmer of some of the water just below that little hole where you see the white material and the red material, so you can kind of see the glimmer of the water that's there.
So now I want to go with States Exhibit 60. Looks like we're now starting to see some markers in these photographs. What are these markers?
The cones that you see depicted in this photograph are cones that we placed to identify any kind of specific evidence that we wanted to document because we don't know when we're there, what's important and what's not. So we place markers for evidence that we want to document and possibly collect.
All right, for cone A in this photograph on State's Exhibit 60, let me go actually to State's Exhibit 61. What was of significance that you observed for State's, for marker A?
This image is depicting tire impressions that we observed on the ground from the road, which is the left side, onto the grass. So that would be the grass is on the side of the road. Like this image would be towards the east.
And when I go to State's Exhibit 62, what is this?
This image is depicting a close-up photograph of those tire impressions that you observed with the photo marker A.
And 63.
Also depicting that same tire marks with the photo marker A.
All right, now I'm going to move to State's Exhibit 64, and then I'll go up to.
This area is, again, on the southern side of Russo's Road, kind of looking towards the southeast. And here is documenting a flashlight and some hair that is hanging from the tree and also on the ground. So the first cone, the one that's closest, I think it's B, that is the flashlight, and the cone further away, more in the ditch, is C, and it's marking hair.
Would this be State 66 close?
Yes.
And then we have State 67. It looks like now we've moved on to Coney.
So this is kind of to the east of that area where B and C on Russo's Road. Again, looking to the east, cone D is marking that mark that's in the ground there right in front of it.
And what I'll do is I'll pull up State's Exhibit 68. What are we looking at in State 68?
Just the disturbance in the gravel and the divot that's different than everything else around it.
I'm going to go to State 69. Are we just showing more markers?
Yes.
State's Exhibit 70, is this the same thing?
So this is looking to east, kind of marking everything directly around the victim, who's in the center of the screen at the top.
All right, we're at State's Exhibit 71. Which marker are we looking at now?
This marker is photo marker number or letter F, and it's the start of a tire impression that was observed into Russo's Road.
Go to, looks like we're now looking at marker G on State 71.
So F, G, and H, which we have in a line, you don't have F in this particular image, but is marking that brown area that looks like a tire was driving there.
Are you referring to, I guess, the furthest cone to the left, the brown area that's between?
Yes.
I think we're State 73.
This is just the same area documenting all the cones that are within the vicinity of the victim. We're marking the tire impression that's there between G and H, cup, and some beer cans that were around the victim's body.
Go through States 74, and then I'll go to State 75, States 76. What are we looking at in 76?
This is a paper napkin that was on the ground just to the left of the victim's body, a little bit ahead to the east of her head.
Right. As the crime scene investigator, when you arrive on the scene, do you know all the facts?
No.
Do you not know very much information at all?
Correct. I
Sorry?
don't have a lot of information ever.
So do you collect everything that you see?
A lot of material from most crime scenes.
So we'll go to State's Exhibit 77, State's Exhibit 78, State's Exhibit 79, State's Exhibit 80, State's Exhibit 81, State's Exhibit 82, State's Exhibit 83. The photos that I just went through, what are you documenting in these?
Just all the photo markers and cones, with the exception of, I think it was States Exhibit 82 and 83. Everything was on the South Road, except that, this Coke Zero bottle on the edge of the road, but we just document all those cones and those items that we know what is there.
I'm gonna pull up states. 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. What are we looking at in this photograph? Cone U.
Let me check my report. That's just the disturbance in the grass area that was noted that it was knocked down and in the dirt. So it was photographed and documented.
I'm going to go through States Exhibit 94, States Exhibit 95, States Exhibit 96. What are we looking at in States 96?
This is a photograph depicting photo marker V as in Victor, and it's a condom wrapper that was located close to the intersection of Johnston and Russo.
States Exhibit
Probably has
W,
nothing
or States
to
Exhibit
do with
97, photo marker W. What are we looking at here?
This image depicts photo marker W, also very close to the intersection of Johnston and Russo, and it's a t-shirt that was located on the side of the road.
All right, then we have States Exhibit 98, States Exhibit 99. Is this the same shirt?
Yes.
And then we have States Exhibit 100, States Exhibit 101, and then States Exhibit 102. What are we looking at in 102?
This is the area to the west, so standing on Russo's Road looking towards the west, the intersection of Johnston and Russo, showing the conditions of the weather and the intersection and everything that we see. You can start to see this is more towards the afternoon because there's some storm clouds there in the sky.
So now I want to talk a little bit about the physical evidence that you collected. When you collect physical evidence at a crime scene, what are the other tests that a crime scene investigator can do to those items? Or at least prepare for them to be tested by someone else?
You're asking what will I do with them once I take them from the crime scene?
Yes.
Okay. So once we collect evidence as crime scene investigators, we can take them back to our lab and we can examine them for biological fluids, which would include the blood, saliva, semen, and urine. Anything that might help us with our investigation. We can process it for latent fingerprints. We can collect DNA swabs from it. We can take clippings from it. We can do all kinds of things depending on what the item is.
And are you able to do fingerprint examination?
Yes, I am.
And did you examine items for fingerprints in this case?
Yes, I did.
And did you also swab items for DNA in this case?
Yes, I did.
For this time, I want to show you what's been marked for identification. States Exhibit 7. Do you recognize this item?
Yes, I recognize States Exhibit 7 as I have labeled it in my handwriting. DNA swabs, top portion of flashlight, PMB.
All right, so you testified earlier there was a photo marker that there was a flashlight that was found in the grass?
Yes.
And did you swab that flashlight for DNA?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and is that what States Exhibit 7 is?
Yes.
At this time, State would move States Exhibit 7 and evidence to 7.
No objection.
Now, I want to ask you some items about, and before I ask you about, did you do fingerprint analysis? How is it that you're able to do fingerprint analysis?
As I said earlier, I'm trained as a latent print examiner. I am a certified latent print examiner through the International Association for Identification. To become a certified latent print examiner, you have to have education. Depending on your level of education, you have to have a certain number of years in the field. For my level of education, I had to have a minimum of 3 years of work experience as a latent print examiner. I have to go through 2 years of supervised casework while I'm in training or doing on-the-job training, in addition to all my classroom hours of training. And that, again, that was over 300 hours. And then once I meet all the qualifications for testing, I have to take a test. It's a 200 question test that I have to get a 85% or better to pass the first portion of the test. And then I have to do a comparison portion of the test, which I have to get 100% and make 13 correct conclusions.
And have you testified in court as a fingerprint analyst before?
Yes.
So, in this particular case, did you process 10 separate items that were found on the scene?
Yes, I did.
Okay, it was in 5 Bud Light beer cans, 2 Budweiser beer cans, a Coke Zero bottle, and a plastic cup.
Yes.
Were you able to obtain anything of evidentiary value from any of those items?
No, I was not.
All right, and what does that mean?
It means that I just wasn't able to obtain fingerprints from those particular items. latent fingerprints are an unintentional recording or recording of digital or friction-rich skin on your fingers and palms or on the soles of your feet. And those, fingerprints being left can be affected by the conditions of the item when you're touching it. It can be affected by the conditions where they are left.
You want to approach?
What was that? She was in the middle of explaining why she couldn't get latent fingerprints. Why do they need a sidebar?
What I'd like to show you is, did you also take swabs related to the victim's body during the autopsy?
Yes, I did.
What I'd like to provide you with is State's Exhibits 10 through 20. If you could go through 10 through 20 and just let me know if you recognize these.
These items.
Ryan, questions for you if you recognize those items?
Yes, I recognize State's Exhibits 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25.
All right, so on August 25th of 2018, you attended the autopsy of the victim, Tanya and Josiah, correct?
Yes.
And was a sexual assault kit performed on the victim, Tanya, at that time?
Yes.
And does that include taking vaginal swabs, rectal swabs, and oral swabs?
Yes.
And is there also done swabs of the victim's both hands of her fingernails and then also hairs pulled?
Both hands, some of the fingernails, pulled head hairs are part of the sexual assault kit. And then, what was the other thing you said?
Was there also hairs that were observed and taken and placed into evidence?
Yes.
Okay, so as far as State's Exhibits 10 through 25, are those the hairs and swab that you just described?
Yes.
Okay, did you package each one of these items?
with the exceptions of the ones that are in these, I did collect these from the medical examiner's office, but I didn't personally put them in there.
But you were present during the autopsy, you collected them, and that's what's in those bags.
Yes.
At this time, the state would move into evidence which will mark for identification of states exhibits 10 through 25.
No objection.
Those items will come into evidence without objection.
Did you also conduct, or were you also present when a search warrant was conducted at 2613 Cactus Circle on August 31st?
August 31st?
Or were you present for a search warrant at 2613 Cactus Circle?
Yes.
And what was your involvement for that?
I was there to document much of my job documenting photographs. So again, that's what I was there for, to take pictures and assist with collecting evidence being included.
Right, and did you collect any evidence during the execution of that search warrant?
Yes.
What did you collect?
Some clothing, some vacuum filters, dryer filters. That's all I can think of at the moment.
And I'd like to show you what we marked for identification of states exhibit 26 and 27. Do you recognize those items?
Yeah, you're right, Judy.
Yes, I recognize 26 and 27.
How do you recognize those items?
I recognize them as my handwriting. States Exhibit 26 is hair from inside back of blue, underwear from Cactus Circle. These were not collected as part of the search warrant, but on a few days after the search warrant, when I was actually examining the clothing that was collected.
You were present at the search warrant. Those clothing items collected, and these were hairs that you pulled off then from that.
And then Exhibit 7, handwriting that's here, Cactus.
This time the state would move to mark for identification is 27, 26 and 27, and evidence is 26 and 27.
No objection.
Those items will come into evidence without objection.
Did you take any DNA standards at the state?
Yes, I did.
Okay, did you take the DNA standard of one person by the name of Eric Alvarado?
Yes, I did.
This time I'm going to show you what the marked for identification as stated. If you recognize.
I recognize States Exhibit 8 as DNA standard buccal swabs of Eric Alvarado. It is in my handwriting, date and time of collection, and my date and signature.
I don't think. Can you tell the jury how do you take a buccal swab?
A buccal swab means to take something from the mouth. So we take cotton Q-tips for the simplest form, stick them in the mouth, rub them around, collect saliva and skin cells from the inside cheek, and then place them into a container to protect them.
And is that what you did with that?
Yes.
And that taken of Eric Alvarado.
Yes, it was.
Okay, this time state moving evidence is marked for identification is 8 and evidence is 8.
No objection.
That item will come into evidence without objection.
Were you also involved in a search warrant of a Dodge Ram on September 24th of 2018?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and did you, perform that search warrant by yourself or with someone else?
With other people.
Who else were you with?
Donna Carmichael and Detective Jason Cannon.
And if you could just describe for the jury, what is the process that a crime scene investigator goes through when searching something like a vehicle?
Our process is always take photographs. We document everything that we do prior to us touching it as we move along. So with something like a vehicle, we'll take photographs of the exterior of the vehicle from the front, the side, the back, the passenger side, just to document how we find it. And then we'll to the inside of the vehicle and do those same kind of photographs on the inside driver, the rear driver, the rear, then again on the front passenger, just to document the condition of the vehicle that's on the inside.
And are there ever an occasion as a crime scene investigator where you use something that is referred to as Blue Star?
Yes.
What is that?
Blue Star is it's a blood reagent that is used to help us find or visualize latent blood, meaning hidden we can't see it.
Under what circumstances do you use Blue Star?
Anytime that we would have a suspicion that we might be looking for blood or want to try to find possible blood.
Did you end up using Blue Star in this particular case?
Yes, we did.
And how do you, I guess, explain for the jury, what's the process? How do you use it? How do you get it onto a surface?
How do I use it, and what was the last part of the
How do
question?
you get it onto a surface? Like, how does it work?
So the chemical is mixed the day that we decide that, that we're going to use it, on whatever it may be. We can use it on a variety of things. The chemical is mixed in a spray bottle, so we can spray that chemical onto the object we're looking for latent blood. We have to work in the dark because this particular chemical creates a chemiluminescence reaction, so we have to work in a dark area. And if we find possible blood, we'll get a reaction that emits light for us to see and visualize, and it's going to be like a blue chemiluminescence or luminescence that we will see. So we'll set up our area. We're in a place where we can control the lighting. We have a camera set up, ready to take photographs for whatever we may see or not see.
All right. And did you do that for the Dodge truck in this particular case?
Yes.
Did you also collect items of evidence? I guess, strike that. If you use Blue Star and you see a section that's lit up, what else do you do? What's the next step?
We take photographs of the area that we see, like as we are applying it, and then if we find a reaction where we get that chemiluminescence reaction, then we will remove that section or swab that section, cut the section, collect the whole thing if we can. Depends on what the object is.
And what's the purpose of doing that? Why do you take it, or why do you swap it?
So that we can send it for testing to see if there's any possible DNA and get confirmation whether there is blood and if it's human or not.
For the search warrant of the truck on September 24th, did you document that with photographs?
Yes, I did.
And at this time, I'd like to show you what's been marked for identification as State's Exhibits 103 to 115. If you could look through those and tell me.
Yes, I recognize the photographs, States Exhibit 103 to 115.
Is that photograph that you took during the search warrant?
Yes.
And does it also show the documentation of you using Blue Star on the defendant's vehicle?
On the Dodge Ram, yes.
On the Dodge Ram? This time, state moving evidence marked for Exhibits 103 to 115.
No objection.
Those items will come into evidence without objection.
All right, for the record, we have what's been entered into evidence now as State's Exhibit 103. What are we looking at?
This is a photograph of that Dodge Ram in our evidence bay where we conducted all of the documentation and the application of the Blue Star. This is a front photo of that Dodge Ram, and just kind of depicting how I'm finding it on that date. So I simultaneously will work around the vehicle, showing the front, the sides, the rear the best I can, and then the other side.
All right, and before I go through all the photographs, I want to talk a little bit about, I guess, where are we in the photograph? Where is this photo taken at?
This photograph is taken at the St. Lucie County Sheriff's in the crime scene processing bay. It's a secure bay that we have access to in our evidence custodians.
All right, now in this particular search of this car, did you collect items of evidence?
Yes, I did.
And what I'd like to do is show you first, I'll show you what's been marked for identification in State's Exhibit 29. Do you recognize State's Exhibit 29?
Yes,
How is it that you recognize it?
I recognize it as its labeled section of carpet from driver's side in my handwriting, and again, with my initials on the tape here.
Same question as to State's Exhibit 28. Do you recognize 28?
Yes.
How is it that you recognize 28?
This is a section, or this is a set of DNA swabs collected from behind the driver door handle, and it has my initials on the tape here and here.
All right, So when you did a search warrant on this car, did you swab multiple parts of the vehicle to see if you could get any DNA to send out for DNA analysis?
That was done post-application of Blue Star based on where we had reactions.
All right, so items that you pulled during the execution of this search warrant were based on what you saw from the Blue Star?
That is correct.
So for State's Exhibit 29, why did you take this section of carpet from the driver's side?
Because we had a reaction in that area on the carpet, so we collected the whole area to be sent out for possible testing.
And I'd like to now show you for identification of State's Exhibits 30.
I recognize Exhibit 30 as being the driver's side seat cover from Dodge truck. I recognize it as my handwriting. My initials are here on the tape. And then State's Exhibit number 31 as my handwriting labeled as driver's side visor. And my initials here on the tape.
And then same question for State's Exhibit previously marked for identification is 32.
Yes, I recognize the State's Exhibit 32 as labeled in my handwriting section of front driver's seat belt and my initials here on the tape.
All right, so for those items, the seat belt, the sun visor, why did you take those items from the truck?
Again, these were collected post application of the Blue Star. Anywhere that we observed a reaction with the Blue Star was collected or swabbed.
So at this time, the state would move into evidence with marked for identification of State's Exhibits 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32.
Any objection? Those items will come into evidence without objection.
And then what I'd like to show you again is State's Exhibits 155, 156, 157, and 158. You recognize those?
I recognize State's Exhibit 155 as a copying from Taco Conrad's, and my initials are here. State's Exhibit 156. I recognize as it is labeled driver's door armrest at pull bar and my initials here. State's Exhibit number 157. Labeled as driver's door pin lock edge of storage, and then my initials here on the tape. And State's Exhibit 158. DNA swabs from the seatbelt buckle, date and time of collection, and then my initials here on the tape.
All right, are these items that were also taken during the search warrant of the vehicle?
Yes.
And these were swabs that were done by you?
Yes.
At this time, the state would move into evidence with marked for identification. 157, 158, 156, and 155.
Any objection? Items come into evidence without objection.
So let's go back to the photographs that you took. So State's Exhibit 103 for the record, you've testified this is the truck that is the subject of the search warrant?
Actually, we're just working around the Dodge Ram truck. So this is the driver's side vehicle from me standing at the rear.
All right, now we have State's Exhibit 105,
This is the rear of that same Dodge Ram truck.
State's 106,
The passenger side of the Dodge Ram truck.
State's Exhibit 107,
The front passenger hood area of the Dodge Ram truck.
State's 108.
This is a photograph depicting the interior driver's side area of the Dodge Ram truck.
All right. State's 109.
This is a photograph depicting the same inside driver area of that Dodge Ram truck. If you would like, I can get up and,
If you could.
this is, after the application of the Blue Star. And then here, you see, the chemiluminescent blue, color that you see there is that reaction to the Blue Star.
All right, and then what I'd like to show you, if you want to just stay here for one moment.
Okay.
So we have State's Exhibit 111. This is State's Exhibit 111 now that we're looking at. What do you see of significance? And I guess who is the person that's in that photograph, and what are they holding in their hands?
So this image is depicting again that driver's side area of that Dodge Ram. This person here is the crime scene supervisor, Carmichael, and she is holding the bottle of Blue Star that is being applied to the driver's seat of the vehicle. We're working in tight quarters there. Here you see that chemiluminescence reaction happening on the driver's butt area and a little on the center console.
All right, what I want to do is I want to go back one picture to, I guess, 110. So previously you showed us in this photograph there was an area where you saw the Blue Star illuminated. What do you do with that section? What is the next thing that you did?
For this type of material and this particular vehicle, we determined that it would be best to just remove that whole carpet area out of the vehicle and send that whole section to the lab for testing.
All right, now we go to the next two photographs. Is this State's Exhibit 110? Has that piece of carpet then been removed?
Yes, so you can see the interior portion of the Dodge. The metal is exposed now, so we've removed this whole section.
And is that the same carpet that we just was admitted in evidence in State's Exhibit 29, the piece of carpet that you identified as getting from the search warrant?
Yes.
State's Exhibit 111, and now we go to State's Exhibit 112. What has happened now in this photograph?
The whole seat cover, the bottom, and the backing to send to the crime lab for possible testing.
And so what we're looking at here in State's Exhibit 112 is that the driver's side seat cover that was taken that was previously entered as State's Exhibit 30.
Yes.
All right, and now we have State's Exhibit 113. What is the significance of this photograph?
This photograph is depicting the driver's side door during the application of the Blue Star. Here, Blue Star does react with the iron and the blood, so we won't get a reaction on metal surfaces here. And then we have some chemiluminescence reaction happening here along the door, on the handle, behind the handle, and then down.
All right, so Blue Star does react with metal.
Yes.
So on metal surfaces it lights up.
Yes.
But there's not metal surfaces on all portions of this picture.
Correct. In the areas that I just identified on the driver pull bar, on the armrest, and that storage cubby area, there's no metal.
State's Exhibit 114. What were you, I guess, attempting to show with this photograph?
This is during the application of the Blue Star on the driver's side headliner and sun visor area. So there's some chemiluminescence reaction happening here, and then along.
Exhibit 31, the sun visor from the Dodge Ram. Is that the sun visor that you've already put into evidence of State's 31?
Yes.
And now we are looking at State's Exhibit 115. What are we looking at here?
This image is depicting, I'm actually in the truck, and this image is depicting the driver's side seatbelt. It's been pulled down to show the chemiluminescence reaction happening on the seatbelt here.
And in State's 115, was that section of the seatbelt removed from the Dodge Ram?
Yes.
And is that the section of seatbelt that's previously been entered into evidence of State's Exhibit 32 that I just showed you?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Hiller. If you want to go back to the witness. Alrighty. Did you return to that Dodge Ram again on January 8th for the purpose of collecting additional evidence in this case?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what was that?
Tire impressions. So to collect known tire standards to send for comparison against the images that I had taken of photo marker A at the crime scene.
All right, what process do you use in order to take samples from the Dodge Ram?
For this particular case, we did two processes. We collected some ink standards of the tires, and then some mat boards that the tires rolled over the mat board and depressed the tread into the boards for the tire examiners to compare.
And would you do those for each tire?
Yes.
All right. I'd like to show you what's been marked for identification. I don't know if it's easier for you to stand up or however you want to do this. But we got State's Exhibits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you want to look at those and tell me if you recognize these. If you want to pass them to me. There's one.
I don't remember that's an inked impression. I recognize State's Exhibit 1 as a rear passenger ink impression from the dog truck. And some State's Exhibit rear driver ink impression from the Dodge truck in my handwriting. State's Exhibit 3 as rear passenger known tire impression Dodge truck, also in my handwriting. State's Exhibit 4 as the front passenger known tire impressions from Dodge truck in my handwriting. My initials are on all the tape here. In my handwriting, and here my initials on the tape. State's Exhibit number 6, front driver tire exemplars from Dodge truck. That was a lot.
So State's Exhibits 1 through 6, are these the standards you took of that Dodge Ram truck that we previously just saw photographed?
Yes,
Okay, so what is inside of this brown envelope?
it's board. It's kind of in between like cardboard and foam, and you can, it will the weight of the truck will depress the tire tread marks into the board.
This time the state moving evidence was to mark our application, States 1 through 6. And evidence is 1 through 6.
Thank you, Ms. Hill.
Thank you.
Ma'am, you said that the blue star reacts with hemoglobin, or the iron in hemoglobin, right?
Yes.
Okay, and hemoglobin can be present in other substances in the body other than blood, is that right?
Not to my knowledge.
For example, let me ask it in a more clear way. You can have blood in your vaginal fluid, is that right?
Yes, you could.
Okay, not just when you're menstruating, but say you are having sexual intercourse, you to have blood in your vaginal fluids.
Could have blood brain intercourse.
Okay, otherwise you can have blood which contains hemoglobin, and then the iron in that hemoglobin in your saliva too, correct?
If you have a wound that is bleeding, yes.
Or periodontal disease,
There'd have to be blood.
right?
There'd have to be blood.
Or any type of gum injury.
Yes, any kind of injury.
Now, when you searched the truck on September 24th, 2018, I think you said that was pursuant to a search warrant at the Cactus Avenue residence?
The truck on September 24th,
Correct.
that was us full-time office
Okay, I'm sorry, the 24th of September. Where had the truck been prior to that search?
at the sheriff's office.
It had remained at the sheriff's office the whole time?
Yes.
Okay, from what date?
The truck was collected August 27th of 2018.
Okay, and remained at the sheriff's office, to your knowledge, until September?
Yes.
No further questions for this witness.
May we direct the state?
No, sir.
May Ms. Heller be released from her subpoena at this time?
Subject to recall.
May step down subject to recall from the attorneys. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the bathroom break. Let's take a 10-minute break. Please leave your notes on your chairs. Don't discuss the case with each other, and we'll be with you for about 10 minutes. And the state may call its next witness.
Yes, sir, people say Florida call Mark Chapman.
Evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
And you may inquire of the witness.
Good afternoon. State your name for the record and spell your last name, please.
Sure, Mark Chapman, C-H-A-P-M-A-N.
Okay, and Mr. Chapman, what do you do for a living?
I'm a firearms examiner.
Okay, and where do you work at?
I work at the Indian River Crime Laboratory here in Fort Pierce
Okay, and how long do you work there?
since February of 2005.
Okay, and do you also have experience doing tire impression comparisons?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and describe that experience to the jury, please.
Sure. In October of 1999, I was hired by the Indiana State Police Laboratory in Indianapolis, Indiana, as an IBIS technician. That's a computer database for firearms components. I worked to that capacity until January of 2004, and that's when I began training to become a firearms examiner. And that training lasted until January of 2005. I was hired by the crime laboratory here at Fort Pierce in February of 2005. And I continued as solely a firearms examiner until 2008, and at that point I was accepted into the footwear and tire track training program. It was over in Largo, Florida at the National Forensic Science Training Center, and the training was provided by Ron Smith and Associates, so an individual from their company came and taught the class. And essentially it was set up with a combination of in-class meetings and then remote working back at the laboratory. So we would meet up for a total of 4 weeks during the whole course, and we went over collection, preservation, documentation, comparisons, and courtroom testimony, all related to footwear and tire track evidence. I think it totaled about 400 hours in all, and in July of 2009, the training was complete. And then before I was allowed to perform casework at the laboratory, I had to be competency tested. So that's basically, I was provided with mock cases essentially that are footwear and tire track related. I had to work the cases and successfully complete those before I was cleared to work actual evidence casework.
Okay, and tire track evidence, go ahead and explain that in a little bit further detail. What is the purpose of that?
So for a tire track exam or comparison, the idea is they're trying to compare an unknown to knowns that are provided. So the unknown would be the track at the scene. So a tire leaves an impression at the scene. It could be in the dirt. It may be on the pavement. That is somehow collected by the agency. And in the process, if it's done properly, they'll photograph the impression if they're going to take photographs of it with a scale in a photograph. And I'll talk about why that's important later. So that's submitted. So that's your unknown. And basically what that means is at the scene, and when it's given to me, I don't know the origin of this tire impression, right? It's just left at the scene. So what the agency will do is, if they find a suspect vehicle, typically they would roll the tires themselves. So essentially you would impound the vehicle, and then there's different ways to do it, but the most common way is to get pieces of mat board or like really dense cardboard, and you ink the entire circumference of the tire, and then you roll the tire across the mat board, and it leaves an stamped impression, but you're rolling the tire to get the impression on the board, and then those boards would be submitted to the laboratory. So I have my knowns. So I have test impressions from the vehicle tires. So we know what vehicle those tire impressions came from, and I'm asked to compare it to the unknown, the photograph from the scene. So what I do is I take the image that's given to me, and with that scale, what I can do is that I can print that photograph life size. So I put it into a photo editing software, and I basically tell it to, if I say this is an inch, then change everything to 1 inch. So when I print it, that tire impression, that photograph of the tire impression is the same size as it was when it was taken at the scene. And this allows me to compare it to the knowns. And those are life size as well. They're taken directly from the tire, right? So what I would do first with a comparison is I'm going to look for class characteristics. And class characteristics are characteristics that I can use to either include that unknown impression or exclude. With tire, class characteristics would be the width of the tire, the number of ridges and grooves. So ridges is the part of the tire where the tread element exists, and then the space between is the groove. So some tires may have 4, will change, and then the shape of those elements within the ridges are different shapes. So those are just class characteristics. So for example, if you went and took your car to get new tires, you're going to get 4 the same tires. They're all going to be the same class, right? They're going to be the same size, same width, and all have the same tread elements. Let's say, to give you an example of a class difference, let's say you've got your full-size pickup truck, and then you have a compact car. They're going to have very different size tires, right? So those are different class tires completely, just solely based on the width of the tire. So that's what I look at first. I have to see, okay, do these class characteristics match up between the unknown and the known? And if they do, then I would take one step further and look for individual characteristics. But if they do not, then I could exclude the tire if the class was different.
Okay, and how many tire track comparisons have you done over the course of your career?
But the tire track examination was sunsetted a few years back, so I think I did a total of about 60 to 70. Yes.
How many times?
It's only been probably 2 or 3 times now.
Okay, and have you, did you conduct the tire track comparison, in this case, the state of Florida versus Jose Soto-Escalera?
Yes.
Okay, I want to show, if we could publish state 62. We're looking at state 62 and then 63. Okay, do you recognize those photos?
Yes, so that's a copy of the photograph that I used to conduct my comparison.
Okay, so that's your unknowns, correct?
Correct, yes.
State 62 and 63.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to show. You recognize those?
Okay, but just look at my markings.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mark Chapman's the guy that
On the outside
killed
of
John
each of the
Lennon.
packages, there's the lab number, item number, and my initials. So inside would be the mat board containing the known tire impressions.
Okay. And are these tire impressions that were taken from a silver Dodge Ram?
I couldn't tell you
it's
where they were
sped
taken from.
up.
They were submitted to the laboratory. Okay, that's all I can say.
So you get these tire impressions and then you compare it to the unknowns, is that correct?
Correct.
I was trying to catch up with the live. I can, if it's too fast, I can slow it down. Is it too fast? Do you want me to slow it down?
And describe in specific detail your comparison. I know you touched on it a few minutes ago, but if you can go ahead and describe in specific detail your comparison.
Sure. So as you can see, there's a scale in the photograph. So what I did was I tightened it. I get rid of basically all the extra gravel and grass that doesn't contain the impression. And then I adjusted it to life size. And then I actually printed it onto a piece of acetate, clear acetate. So you have a transparency type comparison is what's going to happen. So you have the unknown on the clear acetate. And what I did was I laid it over top the inked impressions on these mat boards. It was not. So it was a different size. The width was different. The known tire impressions were wider than the unknown impression.
Okay, meaning that the vehicle that left these impressions right here is excluded.
Correct.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Is it a better way to say excluded that the vehicle that left these impressions did not leave those tire tracks?
That's correct.
Thank you. No further questions.
May Mr. Chapman be released from his subpoena at this time? You're free to stay or leave as you wish.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Can the state may call this next witness or on an item of evidence?
At this time, stay with the previously reported testimony of witness Caleb Lynn.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the testimony of a witness was previously taken by the attorneys in my presence in this courtroom on a previous date and preserved for purposes of this trial. We call this perpetuated testimony. It's just as you would live testimony, and you may proceed.
Your Honor, during the played testimony prior to playing it, the state would just move into evidence. State's exhibits 33, 34, and 35. They're the swabs from the passenger side of the Dodge truck, as well as state's exhibits 36 through 39, which are the photographs of where those swabs are taken, which will be detailed inside of the video.
Any objection? This item will come into evidence at this time.
The state would call Caleb Lynn.
Okay. Now the sound's gonna get really bad.
The evidence that you are about to get is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I do. Just watch your speech.
Good morning.
Good morning.
If you could, please state your full name, spell your last name for the record.
Caleb Lynn, last name is L-I-N-B.
How are you?
I work for the San Jose County Sheriff's Office.
And what is your job title and what do you do with the sheriff's office?
I am currently the crime scene supervisor.
And what do your job duties entail as a crime scene supervisor?
I oversee the work of other investigators and our crime scene assistants to ensure that we're processing various crime scenes with the most proficient and professionalism that we can.
And do you have any training and experience that allows you to be able to perform those duties?
I do.
And what is that?
I have 686 hours of crime scene training in the classroom. I have a bachelor's degree in criminalistics, and I also have 160 hours of fingerprint training as well.
Now, as far as this particular case that brings us here today, were you working for the sheriff's office back in August of 2018?
Yes, I was.
And what were your job duties at that time?
I was a crime scene investigator at that time, working general crime scene investigations.
And on August 25th, 2018, and who was that?
I assisted CSI Vasquez. silver Dodge truck for DNA.
And where was the Dodge vehicle processed?
It was located in the sheriff's office parking lot.
And you say that you processed that vehicle, what exactly is it that you did?
I saw various areas on the passenger side where areas responsible for DNA.
And if you could, can you explain the process that you go through and how you swab the DNA?
So we use a sterile swab. So it's kind of like the Q-tips that you use to clean your ears or remove makeup from your eyes. It's in a sterile packaging. The package is open while wearing gloves. I then use a sterile drop of water, area of interest for several seconds, and then I place that swab back into the packaging, which then goes inside an envelope and is submitted to evidence.
And where was the truck located at the sheriff's office?
It was located in the parking lot.
So what I would like to do is I'd like to show you what's been marked for identification as states exhibits 36, 37, 38, and 39. If you could take a look at these photographs and tell me if you recognize them.
Yes, I do.
How is it that you recognize those photographs?
These are photographs of the vehicle that I assisted with.
Today, August 25th, 2018.
Yes, it is.
The defense state moving to evidence which was marked for identification states exhibits 35 to 39.
No objection.
Those items become evidence at this time. Now, you described this vehicle. You described you then go inside and swap other parts of the vehicle.
Yes, it is.
Right. And once you have collected the swab, what's the next process in the investigation?
They're sealed and submitted to the evidence unit until they're decided whether they're going to trust the lab.
Okay, how does that process work as far as you swab the vehicle? What do you do with the swab? How do you put it into evidence?
So it's sealed with evidence tape. An evidence voucher is created and submitted as the paper trail for the said evidence. And then our evidence unit takes the item in and stores it until it's ready for trial.
What I'd like to show you now has been marked for identification that states exhibits 33, 34, and 39. Those
Yes, I do.
how is it that you recognize those exhibits?
My handwriting is on the envelope, and I also have signed the evidence tape indicating that I sealed the swabs.
All right, August 25th of 2018 of the Dodge truck.
Yes, they are.
This time the state moving evidence is marked for identification states exhibits 35, 34, and 33.
No objection.
Those items will come into evidence at this time that I appreciate. All right, so what we have now on the screen is going to be State's Exhibit 36. And if you could, and you don't have to stand up, just, what is State's Exhibit 36?
This was just a general photograph just showing what the vehicle was that we were processing.
Okay, so this is the Dodge truck that you processed on the 25th?
Yes, it is.
And where at the sheriff's office is this located?
It's located on our west side parking lot of the sheriff's office.
All right, so does the sheriff's office have primarily two main parking lots?
We do, and this is in the secure area.
And which would be State's Exhibit 38. What are we looking at in this particular photograph?
It's a photograph of the front passenger area.
And is there any area in this photograph that you swab
Okay, so for this exhibit 34,
So states exhibit 34, you swap the pull-up bar?
the pull-up bar right here, yes.
And what is the process that you do to get the swap?
So again, we'll take the sterile Q-tip, as we call them, the cotton applicators. It takes 1 drop of sterile to do all sides of the handle, and then place the swab back inside the packaging, which then gets placed inside the evidence envelope and then sealed into the evidence.
Now I'd like to switch to states exhibit 37 for the record. What are we looking at in states exhibit 37?
This is a picture of the front passenger door.
And do you see a portion in this picture that you swapped? And is what you wanted to on the screen, is that the black door handle?
Yes, it's the black door handle.
Okay, what states exhibit did you swap the black door handle?
That's going to be exhibit 35.
So states exhibit 35 is the swap for the passenger black door handle?
Yes.
And for the record now, I will switch to states exhibit 39. What portion of the vehicle is looking at states exhibit 39?
This is a photograph of the rear passenger area.
And do you see an area in this photograph that you also swapped for DNA?
Yes, for this I swabbed the pull-up bar in the rear passenger area. Oh, sorry, my bad. It's this one, sorry. It's this right here, to pull the door. Sorry, I apologize.
So as far as the states exhibit, what number are you holding?
33.
So states exhibit 33 would be a swab of where this photograph.
This area right here, so the door pulls, so what you would use to pull the door shut.
So after you pulled the swabs, in this case, you placed them all into evidence.
Yes, I did.
And subsequently, are they been sent to the laboratory for analysis?
These 3 swabs are yes.
And outside of this, after you did this, did you have any additional involvement in this?
I took a photograph of an item that was requested back in January of 2019. It was a car jack, but that was the only other involvement I had after this.
I don't have any other questions at this time. Cross-examination?
Thank you, Karen. Yes, sir. Do you still need me up here? Yes, sir. Oh, I'm right here. You know, you can sit down.
Ma'am, you're aware that my client voluntarily brought his truck there to the sheriff's office?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and he voluntarily gave consent to search that vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions?
Any further questions from Mr. King? No, Your Honor. Okay, thank you, Ms. Shelton.
They will call Christopher Newman.
Love me when daddy's not home, huh? Once your daddy gets home, you don't have anything to do with me anymore. Not fair. Not fair.
Swear affirm that the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing.
I swear.
Good afternoon. If you could please state your first name, spell your last name for the record.
My first name is Christopher. I'm currently
currently a detective slash bomb tech with the state of Florida's Criminal Investigations Division.
All right, do you have any prior law enforcement experience before doing that job?
Yes, I started with the Fort Pierce Police Department in 1999, and I worked road patrol and undercover investigations, and I was a training officer. Then I went to the state alcohol, tobacco, and beverages. I worked there for about 4 years and made a lieutenant, and then I worked for the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, and during your time with the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, what were your job duties with them?
I started off at the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office on road patrol, and then I went to the, I can't remember the name of the unit. It was basically like a street crimes unit, and then went into criminal investigations.
Okay, into criminal investigations.
Yes, sir.
What job duties were you working with at the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office for this particular case? What was your involvement? What was your relationship to this case?
I was the lead detective for this case.
Now, as the lead detective, what are your job duties? What do you? How do you first get involved, and then what do you do once you get assigned a case?
I first got involved when we got called out to the scene, and there were several detectives there, and whoever the supervisor is picks who's going to be the lead detective. So you don't.
That's how you know it's not Massachusetts, because he would be the case investigator. Wasn't that what Yuri called Proctor? The case investigator, not the lead detective?
Know until you get there. I was picked, and then you pretty much start running the investigation, supervising other detectives, and assigning out duties to do.
Look, you wouldn't put your tail there, I wouldn't step on it.
So in this particular case, did you have the opportunity to go out? All right. So in this particular case, did you have the opportunity?
On Route, Road, I believe it was.
All right. And as the detective, are you out there picking up evidence? What do you do when you get to the crime scene?
Once I got to the crime scene, we do a walkthrough, just get an overall sense of what's going on in the crime scene.
Who's drinking Mai
And
Tais
start
in court?
sending out the detectives to do interviews with any witnesses.
All right. So as a detective, you want to talk to people that may have information about the case.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Now, as the detective, did you learn as to whether or not the victim in this case, Tania Wise, had a boyfriend?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who did you learn was her boyfriend?
A Bradley Rodriguez Jr.
Now, in addition to Bradley Rodriguez, did you learn of any other male individuals that may have had contact at some point with the victim, Tania Wise, in this case?
Yes, sir, there were several. There was a black male named Mark Burke.
Okay, who's that?
That was apparently another boyfriend that she had in between.
What about someone by the name of Giovanni Alvarado?
Yes, he was supposed to be somebody that she knew and would talk to.
Okay, did you learn of the existence of someone by the name of Eric Alvarado?
Yes.
Who's that?
That was Mr. Escalera's cousin, I believe.
Could it be his nephew?
Nephew, yes, sir.
And then did the name Jose Soto-Escalera come up?
Yes, sir.
All right. And when that came to the Sheriff's Office?
Yes, we did.
All right. Back in August 2018, did the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office have a interview room?
Yes, we did.
And was it capable of recording interviews?
Yes, it was.
Video and audio? 2018 to do an interview?
Yes, sir.
And was that video recorded?
It was.
Prior to today's date, have you had the opportunity to view what's been marked for identification as State's Exhibit
Are we going to get to see the recording?
150?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you recognize that item?
I do.
How do you recognize it?
This is the thumb drive that I viewed because I also initialed and dated it.
At this time, the state would move an evidence which was marked for identification as State's 150, but I would ask for everyone to approach.
This is my favorite part. I love watching police interviews. I don't know why. I just do. His eye looks funny there. Maybe it's just the way the light's hitting it.
That item will come into evidence at this time without objection from the defense. And ladies and gentlemen, the item that you're about to consider, listen to, review, has been edited to eliminate irrelevant portions that would not add to your understanding of the case. The fact that the recording has been anyway and must not impact the way you listen to and consider the evidence. And you may publish the item.
Southwest Campus. Cactus. Yes, sir. Yes. What's the phone number? 772-200-6163. Obviously, you work at Waste Pro, right? Yes, sir. How long have you been there? I just started back. I said like 2 months. Where you working before that? Room support. I was a driver for independent delivery services. So you were the driver of one of the trucks? Yes, sir. For the contract, right? Yeah, for a contract. Who did you work with? Ricardo Rivera. So you got a nickname? Peachy.
That's his nickname?
Anybody else? Bradley, thanks. Do you do anything in your spare time, like your hobby? Motorcycles? What kind of motorcycles? Jigsaw 1000. Street bikes? Yeah. Street bikes. You work on them yourself? Or? Yeah. Unless it's motor work, then I'm bringing somewhere else. Electrical and everything? Huh? Electrical and everything?
Yeah.
It depends on where it is. You ever hook up other people's bikes? Yeah.
Somebody's nickname is Peachy, but I don't know if that's his nickname or somebody else's.
It's been a long time ago. It's been a while since I Alright, so are you friends with Bradley? Yeah. They look up to me. I'm like an uncle to them. Do you have a nickname? Who? You. Joselito? Joselito. That's you? Yeah. Okay. So you and Bradley friends, you still stay in touch with Peachy too? Yeah. I seen them Friday, this Friday that just passed.
Okay, somebody else is Peachy.
Okay. Did you know a Tanya? Yeah, Bradley's girl? Yeah. How'd you know Tanya? Well, he was the one that introduced her to work for him. No, he did his own thing. I never hung out with him like that. Kids are hard headed. We just worked after work. So how'd you meet Tanya? Through Bradley. Through Bradley? Yeah. Where'd you meet her at? They came over our house in an apartment that me and my wife used to live. Right here in St.
so that's the thing. We had Christmas.
Where'd the sound go, guys? Come on, get your act together, Court. What just happened? That's not on my end, y'all. What is going on?
Okay. What about the other people that are with them?
I don't know who they are.
What's her name?
Oh.
That's last name?
Do you want to check the hallway for anybody else on either side of the case, or you're comfortable with that?
We're good with our witnesses
Okay.
are fine.
Are you a witness in the case, Grant?
No, I'm just for the family.
Okay.
All right, so you folks need to exit at this time. Mr. Rivera, the young lady.
Thank you.
All right, well, that's actually kind of better news than I thought. I thought you were going to say that you're playing the wrong tape or something like that. The wrong one went into evidence, and we couldn't unring the bell to something. All right, let's bring in the jury. We'll continue. Okay. Do you all need a restroom break since we're waiting for them? You good?
I'll tell you, we have an hour and 20 minutes. Before you get one.
So that works out perfectly. It takes us just about to 5, right?
Yeah.
That's the remainder of the interview?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there may be a couple blank spots, so it's not the full hour.
Okay.
I think I'm at let me see. I might be able to turn it on. Oh, yeah. We can go up a little bit lower.
Get it out. Did you ever keep in touch with Tanya? No, sir. No. The only time we talked was when her son came over our house, because I have a 9-year-old, and she used to drop him off. He stayed with us for the weekend. That was the only. So you would watch her kids sometimes? Yeah, because they come hang out with my son, so we take him for the weekend, and then she would come back and pick him up. You remember her son's name? Jamar. So you just watch him every weekend? Yeah, once in a while, or? It went in the beginning. She was bringing him, and then it just stopped. How did she get in touch with you for bringing him over? She would call. Or yeah, she would call my phone, or then Brad. How would you describe Tanya? Like if you had to describe her to somebody, like personality-wise, who she is, what would you say? She was pretty mellow, I could say, but kind of crazy. I don't know. Talking ghetto talk. Did she used to strip, that's what it was. She was a stripper or something like that. I never saw her, so I don't, I just can move out what people say. Where did, do you know where she used to strip at? No, sir. You get this right, someone will kill me. 2.5 years now. Were you married before, or? No. Do you have a kid with anybody else? I have several kids. I got 4 boys. 4 boys, what are the ages? What's Jose's name? I want to say 25. Okay. Jose's 25, Damien's 24. Joel's 17, and AJ's 9. Great, man. Yeah. Almost stone, man. I started when I was young. first two.
All four?
Huh?
All four different ones?
No, three.
Three? Which two have the same one?
Jose and Damien.
First 25 and 24
Yeah.
are close bands.
Yep, that was my first.
Is everybody local here, or they live anywhere else?
No, they're around. Just like I don't speak to them like you know.
You have a Facebook account?
Yeah, I have a Facebook.
What's your name on your Facebook?
To be honest, I don't even know how I was on here. I don't even. My wife's the one that looks all this shit up for me. You wanna look at it?
Yeah, you can show it.
When it comes to shit like that, I'm like genius.
Jose Escalera.
Something simple. I don't remember that one. I don't like, I tell you, I'll be honest with you, I'm not the smartest with that shit. My wife's doing like sometimes bullshit for me.
You got a sharing account or
No, she got her and I have mine. But like I said, I don't,
you don't mess with it?
yeah, I just hate like and be nosy and shit like that. But when I want to post on, I let her do it for me. But she don't want to do it. And she showed me.
Man, I can't even. Are you friends with Tanya on here?
No, sir.
You're not?
How many people I have in this family? A couple of friends. Not too big on that.
Were you ever friends with Tanya?
Not on Facebook, no. She never done it.
When she would come over, excuse me, when she would come over, did she ever talk about, besides Mark, any other brother boyfriends besides her, Mark and Bradley?
No, sir.
Do you know Giovanni or Gio? Got a brother named Javi or Javier?
I know two Geos. One's a mechanic.
You know his name? Or?
I don't know what Geo you're. Because the only Geo I know is Peachy's son.
Peachy's
That's
son?
Giovanni Rivera. That's the only Geo that I know.
That's Giovanni Rivera?
Yeah, and then the mechanic Geo. I just know him by Geo, but I don't really know him.
That's it. Well, Giovanni Rivera is Peachy's son.
Yeah.
See, okay. How old?
22, I think.
So you got a brother?
Geo, yeah. Jacob.
Jacob?
That's Peachy's son too, yeah.
They live around here?
Yeah, they live in the same house.
Mechanic Gio.
His son, he fixes Hondas and stuff like that, but I don't really know too much about him.
You know, how old is he?
So older guy, I want to say his name's 30s, I think.
30. But did he live anywhere else?
I don't know.
I don't know like
They're
that.
from Puerto Rico. We all Hispanic. That's where we all really come from.
Okay. How long have you had that phone number you have? Long time?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Wednesday. She was supposed to bring your mom over Friday.
Meaning yesterday?
Yeah.
you talk to her on the phone or?
Yeah, it was on the phone. I talked to her on the phone. she had, what was it she asked me? She was asking me about tomorrow, if he can come over.
Tuesday?
It was Wednesday.
Would it be on a phone call?
I always delete everything, so unless they want to look at my phone bill, that's fine. Yeah, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. I spoke to her Wednesday and Thursday. Matter of fact, because I remember telling my wife when I got home, I said, hey, guess who called to bring your mom over, he can come over.
What time did you speak to her on Thursday?
I want to say it was after 8.
After 8?
Because I was home having dinner. Can I grab that? Yeah.
Who's that?
My wife freaking out with some nervous wreck right now. I don't know why.
Around 8 at home, you have dinner, what'd she say?
No, she said, you guys are going to be home, so
She texted?
No, she called me. She said, hey, Jamar wants to come over. I said, all right, cool. That's fine. And then, because I'll pick up AJ, I'll have AJ. And that was it. It was fast. I wasn't even on the phone with her, not even 5 minutes, something like that.
What time did she get there with your mom?
She never showed up.
She never showed up?
No, she never did. And I'm glad I didn't tell my son, because last time, my son was kind of buttered. Oh, when is he coming over? So I just stopped. When she brought him there, he was there. She was supposed to bring him Friday, this Friday. She never called or nothing.
When's the last time you fixed his motorcycle?
Shit. I was working on one of my buddy's Pete's bike.
Pete?
Yeah. But that shit. Matter of fact, they stole his bike. And then they recovered it. Brought it over to my house. And they took it back because it was too much. I guess he stopped it, so. After that,
How long ago was that?
2 months or I want to say.
Let me, kind of just put this on the table. What we say in here is between us and here. Understood?
Yes, sir.
I'm not telling your wife anything. Okay? If you don't want to say certain things, but you think it's going to get back to your wife or something like that, I'm just saying. Here,
No, I hear you.
okay? A lot of guys maybe sometimes in contact with other females, whether there's something there or not, their old lady may be a little jealous, so they may not tell the exact whole truth because they're trying to, so when they go home, they gotta sleep with that other girl that night, and nobody wants drama.
Trust me, I hear you. I hear you.
So, did you have any other involvement with Tanya?
No, sir. No.
Other than just
Out with us. Randy would come over. And then they eat.
those houses and fixed it?
Well, me.
Have you ever gone to anybody's house and fixed it?
When you do fix bikes, is it just in your garage or?
Yeah, they bring it to the house, change the tire, change, stretch it, or, stuff like that. But she's never seen me work on anything. She probably heard that I know how to fix it, but never do that. It was a stripper, that's what I'm saying.
Then maybe you were the father of the child. There's no chance.
I got nothing to do with that.
Absolutely positive. No way.
No way. If I was to do something like that, I would take responsibility for it. That's what happened with my first two.
So you've done it before, right?
What?
taking responsibility.
Yeah, I got 4 kids from 3 different chicks, so if that was the case, but.
Would you have a problem giving a DNA sample to rule you out as the father of that child?
I don't care.
Would be an issue.
So what were you doing Thursday night?
I was home. I went to fix a friend's battery. It was loose or something like that on his car. And I fixed it. Yeah. Figueroa.
Figueroa that used to work with?
Yeah. It's a gray, Galan. That's what it is.
Mitsubishi?
Yes, sir.
Where'd you do that at?
At his house.
Where's that?
Right there, I just know how to get there. I don't even know the name of the street.
Is it in Fort Pierce or Port
No, it's Port St. Lucie. It's actually down the street from here. It's on Selvins.
On Selvins? And you were there from what time?
I want to say 8 something. Almost 9. Maybe I was there for like an hour and 20 minutes. I remember I was getting fucking bit on the ski.
So what time was it when you got home?
Like 9, almost 10 o'clock. 10? Yeah. I don't know exactly. I wasn't really keeping track of time.
In that time, did you call anybody or?
No.
Use your phone or anything like that?
So you work on cars during that time?
Yeah, I was fixing the battery. It was loose or something. Something was wrong with it.
You can run?
Yeah, it's running. Just the terminal is loose.
Are you friends with any guys that you're working with? Are you friends with any of the guys that work there? I mean, you've only been there a couple months.
Yeah, I know them from before, but I'm not telling you. Like I said, I just go to work, do my job, get in and try and get out. The whole thing being favoritism, so I don't like it there.
What do you drive?
I drive a rear loader.
No, I mean for a personal vehicle.
I drive a truck.
What kind of truck?
Dodge Ram truck.
What year?
05.
What color is it?
Right.
Do you ever lend your truck out to anybody?
Mm-hmm.
Lend it out?
No, I haven't. I don't.
Sorry, so you don't know what, I mean, only 2 Giovanni or Gios that you know would be, one would be Peachy's kid, which he lives here, and he's got a brother named Jacob, and the other one's an older guy that fixes Hondas.
Yeah.
You don't know where he's, and you wouldn't have asked Tanya to come over and dance.
Where am I going to do that? My wife's like flies on shit. My wife gets a fit if I don't call her from here to where I live. Like, give me a heads up, you're coming home, shit like that. So,
So you wouldn't try to arrange something for 2 guys?
what am I going to do?
Well, shit's about to get real, okay? So I'm going to tell you why we brought you in. Because Tanya's dead.
What?
Because Tanya is dead. We found her deceased Friday. And we've been interviewing everybody that stuff about other people. And
It's always like that. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Wow.
so that's why I'm saying, whew, right now we need to be, I mean,
I don't got nothing. Whatever.
like I'm saying,
Kind of critical.
if anything between, we're not saying nothing, right? Because we want everything to come out now and be open.
I know what you're getting at.
But we don't care about petty stuff shit you've been through?
Just shit in general. Just with my kids and, you know, trying to get, I started going to church, so, you know.
So you're trying to turn your life, do the
Yeah,
right
yeah,
thing.
do the great thing, and so far everything's been good, so.
Did you know she was pregnant?
Yeah, right.
Did you ever know her to lie? Make stories up?
She made up some shit. She like using guys that I know. She uses shit out of my helper. Just manipulating, you know. I try to tell them, don't be falling in love with no stripper. You know what that shit is all about. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. So, you know, little stupid shit like that.
And who's that with Bradley? Do you think she was manipulating Brad?
Always asking him for money and shit like that, using his car.
You ever see them get into a fight?
I seen them argue before over the phone.
Anybody get into a physical fight? You ever seen?
No, I've never seen none of that. But she said one time, she did say he hit her. Yeah, like he hit her. I remember that. Broke her nail or some shit. She was all dramatic. My wife was with me. This was in front of her house.
Was this separate from the time the police were called?
No, this was after.
That's what I'm saying. It was a different incident.
Yeah,
right?
this was a whole different incident.
Okay. So they got into it. She broke her nail.
Yeah, she said he hit her and broke her nail. Yeah, my wife was with me. I remember that.
Do you remember when that was?
No, I don't know.
That was a fight with Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
With Bradley that time.
Yeah,
The other time you were talking, that was with.
that was when the black dude Mark. Listen, she fucking so many dudes that she talked to, and God knows what she did.
What do you mean?
No, I'm saying because she knows a lot of guys, so I don't know. Like God knows what she's done. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You ever been with her? Never had sex with her?
Hand to God.
I'm good. Y'all can ask me, like I said, y'all can ask me whatever y'all need, I'm here.
You ever loaned your truck to her?
No.
You ever been inside your truck?
I'm going to beat the shit out of her.
The first one?
Yeah, the black dude.
So
We went to Cheddar's, me, my wife, and her.
So she hasn't been in your truck since March?
No, she's never, that was the only time she was on the truck.
Okay, so I'm sure you watch TV and you understand about DNA, right? When was the last time you saw Tanya?
I haven't seen her.
So there would be no reason to find your DNA out, right? And you said you were willing to give a sample of your DNA?
Yeah.
Now, she was pregnant. Okay? And we're going to take DNA from the child who's also deceased. Okay? So there's not going to be any surprises. We're going to have to contact you in a little bit and be like, hey, why are we coming
You
back?
guys do whatever you gotta do.
But, I mean, I'm not going to be coming back to you in 6 weeks when I get the results back saying, hey, why, what's up with the...
I'm good.
You've never had sex with her?
I'm straight.
Did you ever have sex with her?
No.
Did you have any kind of dealings with her outside of just friendship?
Nope. Never.
Never called her about... Let me ask you this. Because the reason that I got your number originally was because... Do you know Michael? Michael or Elizabeth?
I don't know what else. bring Bradley. Matter of fact, yeah, I remember. I brought Bradley there because Bradley was calling her for the car. They got into a little scuffle. She slung her clothes or some shit. Took her phone to her brother to the store there on Washington Boulevard. I guess he works at the cricket place or some shit like that. Yeah, I remember that her mom was outside. Matter of fact.
Did you ever tell anybody in her in Tanya's family that Bradley was stalking her from down the road? You'd seen his car on her street.
I don't know that.
So you wouldn't have said that to anybody?
No, I wouldn't know that. I'd probably say he's probably a stalker, but I've never seen it.
So when somebody said that I should ask you about it, you don't know why?
Just being honest.
Well, since you still do the DNA thing, we're going to try to get you out of here real quick. I'm going to go get that started. Okay, so do you need water or anything like that, man? You good? You need to text your wife, tell her you're okay?
Yeah, I'm going to call her right now. That's what I'm
All right, call her right quick. I'm going to get that started. All right?
Hey, I should be out of here shortly. No, they're asking me some questions about Tanya fucking being dead. So, whatever they ask me, I just answer the truth with them. They got me in some little interrogation room here. Yeah, that's what I'm like. I guess they want to get a DNA test or something. I don't know, swab or something, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just told them what they need to know. You guys are still there? Where's my truck? Okay. You know, I'm here. They still didn't tell me what the fuck's going on, though. They said she's dead, so I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Amen? Yeah, I told them everything. That's fine. I don't got nothing to do with it. I don't got nothing to do with it. The detective said there's a lot of people talking. He said, she said they're just trying to get shit on. That's crazy. This shit is crazy. For what? You feeling better? Huh? Yeah, they're here. I'll call you in a little bit. Let me say this shit. Yes. C-A-E-R-A. Yes. Date of birth? 10/12/76. Your address? 2613 Southwest Captain Circle. C-A-C-T-U-S? C-A-C-T-U-S. Sir? Yeah. Is there an apartment number or anything? Or is it a house? No, it's a house. 4 St. Lucie? Yes, sir. 34953? You got the cool job? Yes. Two, yes, two. I mean, you're poking around, damn needle. Oh, no, sir, it's a swab, it's just a swab for the inside of your mouth. Oh, that's how exact same thing. All right, just verify all this from. Can I take a picture of this if you guys don't mind? Or I'm not. No, you're fine. No, that's fine. We're gonna finish yours. Just verify your information is correct as I wrote it. That's an ED. 10/12/76, 2613 Southwest Cactus Circle, 34953. Today's August 25th. It's a little after 1641, which is 441. Down there it says, I, Jose Escalera, hereby voluntarily consent to the collection of buccal swabs of the inside of my mouth, on the San Luis County Sheriff's Office for DNA testing. You agree with that? Just a signature right there. The date right here, it's 8/25. Oh, there was something that I had to tell you guys. His mom, Bradley's mom, called me this morning to tell me that he had gotten arrested and all that shit too. So I just want to make sure you guys know that's the case. Let's get a couple thumbprints. This is our crime scene supervisor, Carmichael. She's going to conduct the swabs. Like you said, painless. Don't have to stick your tongue out. You guys try reaching me? I'm not sure. We may have. I'm never gonna see the. The reason why, because they did something stupid. If I was going to the gym and they were looking for me, just call me directly and tell me what it was for. Yeah, I'm not. I don't remember if we did. It's been a long couple of days. Stand right there for me? Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. I can get just put your arms out like that for me. Show you not. Put your hands out like that. Just show you not your fingers and everything. Okay. Bring your arms closer here. This way,
anything, right?
I work with branches and shit all day, so you gotta see scratches. My wife is. You do the Norway's color. That's what I was doing today. I was doing that today.
Thank you very much.
Do you need water or something? Yeah, how much on the water? Not too much water. I'll be right back. Bro said she was found dead. I want to ask you because bro said she was found dead. What the fuck happened? We're still working on. And then his mom, because you were talking so fast, I don't want to leave nothing out. His mom called me at 1:25 a.m. this morning. Whose mom? His mom. Tell me he got arrested. I called you at 1:25 a.m. It's right there, right? Just want to make sure you guys got all that shit. It was this morning, but I didn't get to it. So I got to work. That's when I called her. You called her at 6:31? Yeah, I believe so. I know I called her back. I was already at work. She was telling me he got arrested for some shit with Tanya or some shit. I don't know. Oh, this is fucking crazy. What did she say she got arrested for? I guess for drugs and some shit that they found Tanya or something. I don't fucking know. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to piece stuff right now because you telling me she's dead. Well, that's a fact. That's crazy. Wow.
You mind if my guy takes a picture of that phone call?
Yeah, take a picture. I don't care.
I mean, if I can give it to them, just take a snapshot.
I would like to see it. That's what you're saying.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
To get the call log there.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Can you give me the sign?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
We'll take it to them so you can get it back, so.
Yeah, that's
Takes
fine.
us just a minute, okay?
This is crazy. SCALE. This is crazy. What kind of cell phone? That's an iPhone 7.
Yeah, it looks like
The 7 or
it. I have a friend that wears those hats all the time.
big one?
Called like bucket hats. I hate them. I think they look ugly. I'm not gonna tell my friend that though. I don't like them. I like baseball caps. I think they look nicer. Those look like you're ready to go fishing. They left to see what he would do. They always do that. And they did. He picked up his phone and called somebody to tell them what was going on. That's what they do.
This is crazy. I better fucking interrogate everybody.
Well,
Mother and everybody.
what we do in these cases is it's just as important for us to rule people out, and because you have contact with her, it's very important that we start. It's like a weed garden.
I got you.
It's like a weed garden. So we start pulling weeds and getting rid of people. That way we don't have to waste time looking at you. Once we can get everything done, make sure Jose's not in this. So you're out, and we don't have to waste time calling.
I see what you're saying. I got you.
You get everything knocked out while we're here the first time.
I got you.
They're gonna get knocked out real quick, so you need to phone back.
That's great.
Do you keep in touch with Wanda on a regular basis, or you just know her? Or?
No, you're not. That's what I'm saying, Brad. He's like my nephew.
He is your nephew?
No, he's like.
They were
That's how I met Brad.
I'm gonna read this out to you. All right? Just make sure you understand. I, Jose Soto-Escalera, understand that I have the right to refuse a search or authorize information to St. Louis County Sheriff's Office and employees to make a full complete search of my cell phone. It's the iPhone 7 Plus Black that we just collected, located here at 4700 West Midway Road, St. Louis County, Florida. I understand that I give my consent to the above described cell phone and data understand files are located in the area my consent is given for, then these items can be used against me in court of law. I'm giving my consent freely and voluntarily without compulsion or threat of any kind. Okay, you understand that? Just sign right there. And you print underneath, and the date is August 25th. I'm telling you, that's been a long couple of days. I'm gonna witness it.
Wow, this shit's crazy.
I know.
But what happened? Like, what was?
She was just found.
You guys not even telling me. I don't even know what.
Well, we're not releasing a lot of the details. It's still an ongoing investigation, but she was found deceased and it was suspicious. So that's where we're standing right now. Right now we are doing the process of elimination.
I got you.
Okay, but which is why we brought you in here to talk to you on your own free will.
No, I gotta say
Because, you know, the further we can basically, I don't mean to be mean, but the further we can kick you to the curb.
let me ask you something. Since we're in here, what did Bradley get arrested for? What is he being charged with?
Bradley got arrested for marijuana. Had nothing to do with us. He got arrested for marijuana.
You know, he smokes weed like a fiend.
Yeah, we know that.
That's what he's arrested for.
That's what his dad got arrested for.
Right there, no weed.
So how the fuck does his mom know?
We talked to Bradley about Todd.
Or did you talk to her mom today?
We haven't talked to Bradley's mom at all.
You probably called her.
Probably called her from jail.
Yeah, because how did she know?
You probably called her trying to make a bed.
Oh, okay.
So we
should be staying in my fucking house, thanks.
But in big cases like this, if we can knock out.
No, I see you try to eliminate as much as I
Exactly.
can. That's what you're saying.
We got all these people give different stories. And, Jose lent the truck. Look at the truck. I'm saying she ain't been in the truck. Well, if you let me look at the truck, take swabs in the truck, I roll your truck out. That you're telling the truth, and they're
flunked out. No, I hear what you're saying, yeah, that's crazy. This shit is crazy. Speaking of, would you have a problem with that?
And so she's never been in your truck, other than
Yeah,
like
she
long time
before,
ago?
yeah.
So like, sure, you know, DNA degrades, right? So if it's like 6 months ago, we find the DNA, and you're not gonna have hearing from us, so.
Plus the Dodge pickup, yeah. 05? Yeah. I just, whatever you gotta ask me, just ask me. I don't make curveballs.
So that's what I'm being
Ask
honest
me,
with
look in
you.
your truck, make sure it's not a crime scene. It's outside too, swab DNA and all that.
That's what I'm saying.
Single cab or extended cab? No, it's single cab. Single cab? Step side? Regular bed? Regular bed. That's crazy, man.
How long you lived down here in St. Lucie County?
I came in here in 93.
93. Where you must have, when you lived down here, has it all been down at Port St. Lucie?
Yeah, I've just been all over the place.
You ever lived in Fort Pierce? Never. Come on, man.
This is the exact same form we just did. What I changed was I put, instead of your phone, this is for an '05 Dodge pickup truck, gray in color, with a single cab and regular bed. It's located here at the sheriff's office, parked out back. And you understand we are looking for a search of your vehicle for DNA trace evidence of the crime, and the protections at the bottom are the same. It says I'm giving up the right of privacy for these areas. I also understand that items located in the area of my consent law. I'm giving my consent free and voluntary without compulsion or threat of any kind. Signature. Same signature free today.
What do you do in that situation? Like, if you wait for them to get a search warrant, that's going to look bad, right? But if you did it and they see and you voluntarily give up your phone, they're going to find stuff. Well, it doesn't matter, because if you did it, you're going to get found out anyway.
It all depends. You guys got me on soon?
You're going to work with which days?
I'm just thinking, like, if it were me and I didn't do anything, well, of course I wouldn't talk to the cops without a lawyer. And then my lawyer would say, wait for a search warrant, right? And I wouldn't have anything bad on my phone. So why am I even worrying about that? Because I didn't do anything. He did, right? So it doesn't matter. I'm overthinking it as usual, y'all.
Yeah, all depends. Like, Mondays is my head.
Shut up and eat, Debbie.
Like, you work Monday through
Saturday, I run the day.
You only get one day off.
Yeah, Sunday's my day off.
Mine
I'm in
too.
church, doing stuff with my church and shit like that.
Where you go to church at?
Discovery's back there, by US 1. It's out of a school. We're doing it out of a school right now.
Is that the one behind like Kidman?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
At the, what is it, Sandy
Hill.
So she can get that done so you can come out.
Oh, the other thing that was going out. So we talked to Tania on Wednesday. She was supposed to bring tomorrow on Thursday. Is that right? Right. She was supposed to
You talked to her on Wednesday to set that up, and then you talked to her again on Thursday verifying that that was gonna happen.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And she never showed up now, so.
You said Thursday, was that the day you were working on the car?
Yeah, Drake's car, the Drake,
Drake?
yeah. Yeah, because I remember I told my wife, hey, guess who called me? And I told my wife that Tanya had called me. See if the market was on me.
You know Drake's last name?
Figueroa? That's great.
And after you worked on Drake's car, where did you went home?
Yeah.
Stayed home the whole time?
Yeah, I've been home ever since that. I'll tell you, I was maybe going for, I want to say an hour, 10 minutes or something like that.
Okay. And then I was home.
Yeah, I was home. In the morning to go to work.
The whole time.
5 something, I can't remember. For my life, all I think before me.
About what time you wake up?
I'm up around like 5:10. I'm up. 5:10, and then my wife leaves because she makes my lunch and all that. And then I go straight to work. I'm good.
And you work Friday?
Yeah, I work every day.
What was your scheduled work on Friday?
What do you mean, like start?
Yeah, you start on Friday.
We got lunching at 6:15.
6:15, what time did you get off on Friday?
Oh, shit. I want to, shit, I can't remember. I know it was 5, almost 6 o'clock.
5, 6
I'm not sure. Time card knows they have all that shit you guys do.
Do you punch in and out?
Yeah, I punch in and out, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can verify that, you know. I just can't remember. I know I got home late. She was crazy. Wow.
Do you or any of your neighbors have video? You know, have video at the house? No? That's a quick rule out. If you got video or something watching.
I said when I get in my house, I shut off my cameras in my house. That's exactly why I want shit.
I say that, I got the cameras in my house, man.
It don't hurt that.
No,
It don't hurt that.
somebody comes to me and goes, "Where were you at Friday?" Hold the phone.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Me?
I'm glad you brought that shit
I'm
up.
there. I'm still there.
I'm glad you brought that shit up. That's a good idea. Now, when I get my house, that's what I want. That's what we're trying to do right now. It's a rental home, right?
Oh, it's a rental house.
It's a rental.
But if we need to, the Web Pro has you punching it out.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to excuse myself from this whole order.
Trying to change. Right, I said I appreciate it.
Oh, this shit's aggravating. I'm just getting dragged here for shit that I'm not
Close with Tanya or just not really?
I'm not tight like that, that's what I'm saying. I'm not. I just see her, hey, hi, what's up? I know that Bradley's girl, you know, shit like that, but I'm not tight like that.
We have our kid over, right?
Yeah, her son comes over and stays over.
delete yourself off of Facebook?
What do you mean?
When I pulled up her Facebook earlier, you were friends with her. That's how I got here.
I don't fuck with Facebook like that. I don't know how to do that. Nah, I don't have her on. I never had her. Never.
You didn't delete anybody else?
No, I don't even know how to do that. My son usually uses my phone, and he probably was fucking with it. He just ran me like a $300 phone bill a few weeks ago. But, and like I said, my wife's the one that handles my Facebook stuff. So I never added her. She was never. That's not. No, that's crazy. She was never on my Facebook. Never had her on. My wife would have questioned that. I got shit popping up on there. I don't even know how it's getting. Like I said, I don't request people like that. I don't even know.
So you've never, again, you've never had any kind of sexual relation with her? You guys ever talk a little dirty or anything like that?
She's flirtatious with her mom. Like I said, she's ghetto. Because she talks about how she does shit. But she never tried none of that shit on me. That's what we're trying to ask her.
Well, I'm not saying that you guys actually did anything. Did she ever flirt with you? How'd she get along with your wife?
They're pretty cool. Tell you, we went out to dinner, her, me, and Brandy before. We hung out.
But you weren't tight?
No, we wasn't tight like that. Like, hey, come over, you know, hang out and stuff. Not like that.
So is there a difference between going out and eating and having a kid over than hanging and being tight?
Yeah, because we hung out with her because of Bradley. I'm tired with Bradley. Yes, I'm tired with Bradley.
So after Bradley and her broke up, how was your contact with her? Did it keep the same? Did you
We
continue?
talked, but like she'll bring him over, and then she never brought him over, like shit like that. So, yes, being on my phone and having long conversations, nah.
So your kids were introduced while she was dating Bradley and hanging out with you guys through Bradley. And then your kids were friends.
Yes, sir.
She would still bring them over once in a while.
Like I said, they were in a pretty fucked up relationship. They used to fight and yell and all that shit one day together, one day they're not. But that's their business.
Did Bradley's mom and dad come into money lately? Or do you know anything about that? Wanda liked Tanya?
Yeah, she was pretty cool with her.
You never heard Wanda, everybody bitching about Tanya?
On your phone, what do you have Tanya listed as? You have her in your contacts?
Yeah, she's in the contacts. She's under Loca.
Loca?
Yeah, crazy. LOCA. And then her old number, like I said, I had an old number that she had before. Is under Tanya. The new number that I spoke to her is under Loca.
Do you remember what the old number was?
No, it's still in the phone. Yeah, that was the old number. What says Tanya, that's the old number.
He has a
new
TANIA?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
And Loca is...
That's the current number, yes, sir.
So the one that she called you on Wednesday about the kids getting together was on...
Yeah, Loca number, yeah. appreciate you cooperating on this. This gets us out of your area and you out of ours.
No,
We move on.
my wife is the one that's freaking out.
We'll try to, however you want to spend it to her, you can spend it to her, okay? I mean,
No, I
nothing that we say
listen, I
here
don't
is
gotta lie to my wife. If there's one thing I learned, bro, let me tell you something. I've been through some shit. Telling the truth is the most easiest shit to do. Nah, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you the story over. I'm doing it to you all the first time. I don't gotta sit here and try to keep lying. No, fuck that.
It's the easiest way, because every time you tell a story, it's the same story.
Exactly. I'm good, so.
Where's your wife at now?
Probably out there waiting for me.
Do you have any questions for us?
This is fucked up.
Well, that's a statement.
Can't necessarily disagree with you.
My wife said they came to the house. I guess you guys went to the house or something?
Somebody from the sheriff's
Like
office.
16 deep or something like that?
I have no idea. I was out with other stuff.
We got teams running around doing different things, and, you know, some of them got 2 guys, some of them got 20, it just depends on.
Oh, yeah, let me ask you about, her old boyfriend, Mark. You said that you know, he beat the crap out of her.
Yeah, I know of him because of the shit she said when she was with Bradley, when she used to, we used to talk and hang out, and that's not a good guy.
Do you know if she was still in contact with him in here or no?
Knowing her, yeah. Knowing her, yeah.
You think so?
Like I said, when she talked to me like I'm a brother or uncle. She, tell you, the way she talks, that ghetto talk, she just don't care. It's just the way she was.
So it wouldn't surprise you if she was still in contact with him or anything like that? Or?
I wouldn't doubt it. Because she said she loved them. And for God's sake, she still got him on Facebook. So,
How do you know if you weren't friends with him?
because the picture that your buddies picked me up over here at the sheriff, at the job, he showed me a picture of it. So that's why I know. I know who he is because I've seen him.
You actually met Mark?
Not like this, but I've seen him in pictures. I know who he is.
Oh, so she showed you a picture. You didn't meet face to face,
No, never.
just through photos?
I never saw him.
Did she, after her and Bradley were going around and after her and Bradley broke up, did she ever talk about Mark again or anything like that?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know? Was she talking to your wife when she would call up your wife and chat?
No, because my wife was a little disappointed out of her because the shit she used to do with the stripping and all. And my wife doing that. My wife's real professional. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it. My wife's the reason I'm doing this shit right now.
Did you ever see her dance before?
Never.
Never? You ever been to a strip club?
Yeah, but not to where she's worked at before.
Anywhere around here?
No, I've never been there. It was a bus. That was a long time ago there.
You ought to get that money to make money on the side.
I'm not getting my fucking money up. That's the way I look at it. I got a wife at home, I don't need a fucking baby. Shit.
Do you need anything else? Real quick, I'm gonna double check on where they're at with your stuff. That's why I'm gonna go check to see how we're doing on that, because we could use moving along.
What's the youngest you guys hire officers? How does that work?
Used to be 25, but that's like 21.
Awesome.
So maybe now they're 19 or 18. It's,
Damn, I'm still fucking wow, man.
Is there anything you can think of that we haven't asked you that we might need to know? Any body that comes to mind, so maybe they ought to look in that direction?
I don't know. There's so many guys she talked to. Shit, I don't know. I can't even, like I said, I never talked to her like that. We were tight, but not like that. Like, I don't know her business like that. I know her mom. The only thing that I know is that her brother lived with Bradley at one point. Or some shit like that. Let me see what else I know. That's pretty much it. And her mom's sick, you know. But that's about it. It wasn't an everyday thing. It was like, hey, what's up? What's good? How you doing? How everything? But to be every day like that, no.
When was the last time Jamar came over to the house?
Shit, I can't even remember. I know we took him to church. That was the last. I can't remember what the hell that was.
Months, years?
No, months. It wasn't here. It was months ago.
Was it this year?
Yeah, it was in this year. I know that, but it was months ago. I don't know exactly when, but you know. Because the way she told this morning was like they arrested him.
Oh, he got arrested.
I just didn't, like I said, I didn't know that. My wife was telling me this was going on. This, and I'm like, nah, this is a prank. There's no way. That's why I was waiting for your partner there to tell me see what he was talking about. How many guys you already interviewed?
I can't tell you. I got you. We've talked to a substantial number of people. Okay. We still have a substantial number of people who get that.
No problem.
And like I said, you know, it's the weed garden concept. You know, just
Pull this shit out here until you get.
sometime one of the back.
I'm just curious, what the fuck happened? This shit is crazy. I'm curious.
Ballpark.
It's gonna be a few more minutes, but we're more than halfway done with it. It just takes a few minutes for that shit to, the computer programs to talk to each other and shit like that. So, I'll be in the other room for a minute. I appreciate you coming in, okay?
No problem.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
All right.
Guys are funny.
It's kind of crazy.
Damn. That's crazy. Whew. I feel bad for him, man. What's wrong for Jamar?
Oh, yeah.
That's his mom.
At least he still got a grandma.
Yeah, but it's not the same, man. It's not the same. It's crazy. It's crazy because it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Hopefully they'll get him some support, and some counseling or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's good. Just like we explained, when names come up, we gotta,
No, I understand.
you know,
I understand.
as sure as we don't,
Yeah.
you know, if we just, Jose can do it. We get all the way to the end, yeah, Jose did it.
This is fucked up, man.
Yeah.
I just want to know what happened. Like, what the fuck went down? I just know that chick with a lot of guys, man. And she knows fucking Crip members,
Yeah.
Bloods and Crips, shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She ever mentioned it by name?
No, she never mentioned it. That's what I'm saying. She was real. She wasn't stupid.
No.
No, she wasn't stupid. She wasn't a stupid chick, that's for sure.
A lot of stuff going on, for sure.
Oh, man. Well, you better come. Sure. Been here for 13 years. You guys have dispatchers here, right? Not in this building, but. You know what the 7 mile an hour? Yeah. My kids, mom, is related to her, father. Okay.
Kids, mom?
See everyone? Nah, see,
His kid's mom? His wife? Is his kid's mom and his wife not the same person?
Facebook, but when I see her at the gas station in the morning, on the street. Seems to be the meeting place. That's what all you guys say that. You guys act like you got. Oh, shit's crazy. Everybody drives a truck, one's up there at one point or another. I like what I do. Cool job, pays the bills. You work a set number of hours, or you just drive your route until your route's done? And you gotta make that shit up until you're done. You can be done. There's heavy days and there's light days. Right. Like my Monday route, I can get done between, it's a heavy, so 5:30, 6 o'clock. Tuesdays, fucking 1:30, 2 o'clock. Wednesday is a bad day because I don't fucking get in there till like 7. My only early day that I know is Saturday. Like today, I wouldn't know. I would have been off like 2:30, but it was a little extra shit out there. And Sunday we got work well, so. You guys work hourly or you get a salary? Or? We get by the day, but anything after a certain amount of hours, it's like Chinese overtime shit. So if you can knock your route out by 1 o'clock, you still getting your till 5 pay? Yeah, you get your flat rate, you make money, but the longer you're out there, the less. That's the way I look at it. I just did it because of the benefits. Right. Because with the other job, the money was good, man, but it was the late fucking nights that they were in French. People don't have no compassion, no. Did they take taxes out on you at that place? That was all cash money. Under the table, but then my wife was like, we gotta buy a house. My wife just fixed my credit. I had a 356, it's up to a 766 right now. So that's what we're trying to do, get a house. She just it's hard to fix credit when you're not making the tax. So now that I'm on the books, hopefully I can get something and see what happens. That's what I'm trying, that's what I'm shooting for. I just want to. The bank won't recognize that money is income. I just want a house with a pool, man, so I can enjoy that shit and drink some beer and just, that's it. I used to go out when I was young. I used to party and shit like that. You get older and like, fuck that shit. I look back and be like, I blew a lot of money going out drinking and shit like that. Where you grew up? I grew up in Connecticut, from Bridgeport. Really? Yeah. And then I moved here in '93. This shit right here wasn't even here. Like, you couldn't get back here. Midway back into Reno, you couldn't get through there. None of that. All that was closed. 93 was it? Yeah. 95 even done then? Or they still building on it? It wasn't, but they're still building on it. They just started on it. So I'll change around here a little bit. Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm still mind blown. Like, fuck. Wow. Did he give you a card? No, nobody gave me nothing. That's a case number? Okay. It's my name and number on the front. You know who I delivered to? I was hoping I'd catch him with mascara. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I've been to his house over there in Point West in Barrow. Uh-huh. Yeah. If something pops in your mind, yeah, definitely. I should have told this is crazy, man. This is crazy. I forgot about that, or they need to know about this or that. Yeah. Call that number. I'm not at the desk, especially now. I'm not at the desk at all.
It goes to a voicemail, and then it emails me, so I get it, and then I'll get back to you as quick as I can. Can you think of anything, or?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I
Hear
can
something.
anything she always said, but
Yeah.
like, fuck. Like I said, she pops up in and out. She was just one of those, so.
Well, you
Like, if you ask me about Bradley, I can tell you with Bradley, because I worked with Bradley for such a long time. He was my neighbor. I see
you
him
have,
grow up.
you have connections that are intermingled in amongst this circle.
I got you.
So if you hear something, or you see something.
No, definitely, because I don't want to be.
You may call and. Let me know what's good.
This is crazy. It's fucked up. Does her mom know what's going on? Like, what happened to her? Like, because I know your partner said.
Well, it's, you watch crime shows on TV, right?
Yeah.
You know, some things we tell people, some things we don't. It's part of the game. Most of it we just don't. Somebody will tell us.
I got you. I see what you're saying.
That's the way you just got the roots.
I always wanted to be a cop, and I just never got to it. I don't know. I always wanted to be. What is that, you guys? I was talking to a gentleman in Okeechobee, like undercover, busting people in their house and shit like that, like street shit.
Yeah. That was my gig. Did a lot of time in the schools,
Yeah.
over the kids.
What's like the worst case you ever seen at work, shit like that? Like,
This one's up there. This is gonna be different. Different places to look. It varies. Yeah, I've done a lot with fire service and EMS and law enforcement. I got like 26 years in public service. It's pretty much.
That's cool then.
Been to the race.
That's cool.
One time I went to that retirement ship.
Can we cover?
Let me try to see what's up with the phone. See if we can get you out here. You doing texting? Kid, do you use any apps or anything to communicate with her? Snapchats?
Listen, I don't even know how to use
Facebook
that.
Messengers, any kicks, any of that? EMS? Just
Like I said, I don't fuck with my phone like that.
just text and
Phone calls.
phone calls. You doing texting?
Yeah, I text.
Text and phone calls?
And that's it, but I don't use my phone for nothing else. My wife will be the first one to tell you I'm not that great when it comes to that.
I feel you, man. Some of that stuff.
Like like shit pops up on the phone. Like message, like what you said, message, the wave, there's a wave shit on there or something, the wave. I get people, I don't even request these people, I don't even know how the fuck it even gets there. So I don't know you.
Why do people need to talk like that? I don't understand.
Shit is crazy.
Okay, are we almost done? I think y'all are done with the man. Just gonna sit there and stare at him?
Oh shit. There's one thing I get off early or something. Shit. You can't catch a break, man.
Yeah. This was my kid-free weekend. All my
It's
kids
fun
went
to go.
to
How many kids you have?
all at the exercise. That's big. Weekend plans.
Dante. I'll be doing this shit right here.
That's it. All that's up. More weekends. So we're in that big brand truck.
The big green ones, yeah. Things are dangerous. You gotta watch them. Especially when they got load them, they don't stop the brakes. It's crazy.
I can hardly see them because they're stuck in the middle of the road.
Yes, sir.
Ah, we got a winner.
Thank you. I thought y'all were gonna steal my phone.
Nothing like that. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let me run, double check.
Oh, he was waiting for his phone. Okay. I was like, why is he still there?
You got a business card?
Yeah, she'll fuck with us until you're doing shackles, put 2 dogs on me.
Members of the jury, we've reached the end of our court session today. We're going to break from this case and resume tomorrow morning at 8:45 in the morning. Please be downstairs at 8:45. You should have a better experience in the morning with parking. There's going to be less jurors reporting to the jury clerk. Please remember, don't talk to anyone, including your fellow jurors, about the case. Don't do any research in any form whatsoever. Avoid all of the media coverage of this case. Enjoy your evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Please leave your notes on your chairs. See you tomorrow morning, 8:45.
Okay. We did it! We did it! Yay! Oh, wait, I didn't mean to do that.
DNA experts as well,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
But there is a chance that tomorrow afternoon, probably the state might be resting. So if you
Yeah,
wanted to
a
get
chance.
your defense witnesses lined up.
Right, because
The
we
state's
gotta
gonna
get
rest
that lined up
tomorrow?
Before we know what the verdict is, we're gonna need them.
Oh, you mean if there's a second phase?
Yeah.
Okay. For the guilt phase, that's what, okay.
Right.
Well, so as far as that's concerned, though, especially if we're on track and we get done earlier, I do intend to give you all a break, of a day or so between the
Good,
two
because
phases.
even
yeah.
if I can get my connected witnesses here, the state will need to depose them, so they'll need to.
Right, so I do intend to do that, if possible, yeah. Madam Clerk, is there an issue? Oh, okay, I thought you were saying Jeff. All right, we'll see you all in the morning, 8:45. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right, guys. Let me redirect y'all to begin. Because he just went live. We can all go over there. Okay, guys. I'll see you in the morning at 8. We will be able to do Betty Broadwork at 8, and then we will do this at 9:30. Remember, guys, thank you all so much for being here this late. I'm sorry it was so late. Thank you guys for being with me, even though I had an errand to run today. Thank you guys. I love you guys so much. Be kind to people, love your family, and Jesus, excuse me. Jesus made me burp. Jesus loves you, and so do I. I will see you in the morning. Have a great evening. Bye, guys.